Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Evasion Season 4 Duo Battles for Group D. I am joined here today with Spectre21. What's going on, buddy? How are you doing today?
Good evening for those of us in North America. Absolute pleasure to be here. Happy to be working with you. I'm Fluffy Bunny is an amazing caster. Evasion is just an awesome place to hang out and enjoy some Tarkov content.
Yep, it is fantastic. It is a lot of fun, and we are going to have a special show today, Spectre. We have 4 duo teams competing again today, trying to show us what they are made of, trying to give us a great show, and maybe maybe a little team kill here or there. We might see that happen. What do you think, Spectre? We expecting a lot today?
Definitely expecting a lot. There's some phenomenal, very skilled players tonight. There's also a bit of a variety in how much these teams have prepared with each other. So I'm excited to see how much teamwork we see tonight as opposed to raw skill. And I'm looking forward to how that plays out tonight.
Well, and let's go ahead and look at the teams that we're going to be competing with tonight. We have in Group D, the Bandage Gamers, that consist of TripX and Party Panda. Now, you know a little bit about these guys. You've watched them a little bit. What do you think about TripX and Party Panda?
Both of these guys are phenomenal Tarkov players. It was a very humbling experience to watch these guys play Tarkov because, I mean, their time on target, their accuracy, their knowledge of the game and the maps just far exceeds myself. So I'm really excited to see how they play when the pressure's on for this tournament.
Yep. And then followed by them, we have 2 folks that have been in the Tarkov community. They have competed in some of the Pestily tournaments in the past. We have Hyperblaze team, which is going to consist of Hyper Rat TV and X Blazed. Now, these 2 are some people that I see often. They're very much solo players, so seeing them as duos, how do you think that's going to fare for these 2 guys?
That's something I'm very interested to see. Again, these guys are really skilled on their own. These guys are, to me, a little bit more laid back than in Team A. So I think they're going to take a more calm approach to the situation than maybe the other teams that will be a little more aggressive. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. And then followed up by that is Tsunami and Snazzy TTV. Now, these 2 are the 2 that I knew the very least about going into this. They were very much unknown to me. Now, for you went and researched these guys. What did you think about these guys?
The thing that stood out to me, particularly with Tsunami, is he has a very acrobatic play style. He is one that will maneuver a lot more than trying to get those quick shots off. And I really appreciated seeing that. I think this team's going to be much more of a maneuver team than a raw firepower team. So I think that'll be a cool dynamic to watch for.
And last but not least is the team that I'm interested in. I'm going to put it that way. And we'll get into that more here in a minute, chat. But this is Banana Stonks, which is consisting of Kigu and Subdidu. So go ahead. These are some of your favorites, if I'm not mistaken.
They are. These are 2 that I enjoy watching a little bit more than the other teams, just because of their stream presence, and they're really entertaining to watch. Again, really talented players. The thing that I want to watch for with these guys is to see how well they work together as a team and see how they come together for this tournament. I think it's going to be something to look at with their teamwork and their communication.
Now, the thing that I'm concerned about with these 2 is the fact that we got word that they just started talking strats today. Like 5 minutes before the event went live. Do you think that's going to affect them? Do you think that's going to have a lasting impact on what happens over the next few hours of this competition?
I think so. If it were me, I would have wanted to plan for this, weeks ahead of time to kind of figure out how we work together to get communication down to, this is a tournament where you want to have it planned out ahead of time. You want to know exactly what you're doing before you're getting into those raids. You want to know which maps you're going to run. So the fact that they waited so long to start strategizing, I think it could hurt them. We'll see how they pull out.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how that affects them going into this next 3 hours of competition. And as you can see here, this is what we're doing today. Tarkov duo battles. The teams will have 3 hours to find task items, complete the quest outlined below. There's quite a lot going on. So they have the next 3 hours to gain points by completing the task quest, killing PMCs, scavs. They have a lot to do over the next 3 hours. So the rules, teams can only claim each specific task item once. Loadout streamers can wear any loadout they choose, and they can use any weapons. The only things that are not allowed are run-throughs, Reap IRs, Flurs, and T7s. You don't need that extra help. You are the best of the best. Use your eyes. Points are going to work as task items are going to be 10 points each. Quest, 25 points each. The quests are very unique and some of the best quests in Tarkov. PMC kills, no tag is 3 points. PMC kill plus a tag will be 5 points. Scav raiders, scav boss kills, each 1 point. Team extractions, that means both of them together, is worth 10 points. Quest, as listed above, the ones that are each worth 25 points. Team survives all maps in a row, so we all know that beautiful quest. The one that everybody enjoys, the Tarkov, taking that tour around Tarkov. The second quest is kill 15 scav boss / guards. So that counts over their entire raids. Obviously, they can't do that in one raid. And then kill 7 PMCs in one raid. That one's a little interesting. That one's a little tricky, especially depending on the map. And a little bit of luck is going to come into that one. Task items interchange, Aramid, and a horse statue. The notorious horse statue that's literally, for me, I would just melt the horse statue down, and I think everybody else should also for ammunition. That's just my opinion. Shoreline, we're looking for ALU splints and a lion statue, labs, dry fuel, and a P22 stem. Reserve, set of tools, and MCB. Woods, sugar, and security rig. That one's interesting. That one's tricky. Customs, dairy of any kind, and a chainlet, and of course, any streamer item on any of the maps. Now, for me, this is straightforward. I would have worked out something with my partner. I would have told them, hey, what is our goal here? How are we going to plan out our maps? How are we going to do the guide to get all of the maps done? And go from there. So we have two very separate teams right now competing. Spectre, I want to know your take. Do you think that Trippy and Tripex and Party Panda, do you think that they are going to have an advantage? Because we know for a fact these two have been playing a lot together and they have been practicing a lot. Do you think they're going to have the advantage here?
They definitely, from what I've seen, they've definitely put the most work in together, preparing for this tournament. The thing that I want to look for in these guys, they're obviously not going to have a problem with when it comes to kills and just pushing through the raids. What I'm going to look for with these guys is how much they're going to look for those task items and how much they're going to pursue the quests. To me, these guys seem like they could be more focused on the aggressive side and less on the tactical side.
Yep. And let me clarify real quick, chat. I know I said dairy. I meant diary. They are not looking for a cow to milk. They are not trying to find butter or ice cream. They are trying to find Proper's love letters, all right? His diary that he keeps.
Potato, right?
Potato. So... yeah, so as you were saying, I apologize. Yes, it's going to be extremely difficult and different. So I think we're ready. Spectre, you ready for this? I think we're getting everybody in. All of the folks are
ready.
loading up. And I thought it was like condensed milk or floor milk or something. You know what, Queen? Yeah, it could have been. It could have been.
It could have easily been those things. Now, one thing I had a question about with the guide version quest Is that something that they have to do right off the bat, or can they come back to that later on?
To my knowledge, they can work on it through the entire tournament. That they can, it is one of those things that they can just work on it. So it's one of those situations, because if you've ever completed the guide in the game, you do know that as long as you don't die, you can actually go back to the same map over and over. So if you wanted to do customs, then run some other stuff, then go back to customs, it doesn't fail you on the guide. And it's the same kind of concept with this. So they can come back to it. They don't have to, if they fail it, they can reattempt it. They have all of these options in it. Yo, Dabs for Days, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome, Raiders, to the duo battles. Thanks for showing up. And we have sent the PMCs into raid. One of the biggest things that I want to talk about is the folks helping us behind the scenes, our amazing production team and our battle mods. All of this is really done because of them. Without their help, we would never be able to keep track of it. So I want to give a shout out to every single battle mod that we have today. That they're great. They truly are. So for Banana Stonks, we're looking at, for their battle mod, I'm just trying to find that information real quick, because every single one of them is got an amazing battle mod. Yeah, for Banana Stonks, we are looking at Preppy. We've got Preppy for Banana Stonks. For Tsunami and Snazzle, we have Koko Yumi, right? I believe that's how you say it. I believe that's Keko Yume. Hyper Blaze and Hyper Rat are joined by Frozen Tank. And then our Bandage Gamers are joined by the amazing Dunk the Cat. So much love to all of the battle mods. Spectre, have you competed in any of the tournaments? Have you been in a part of the Evasion tournaments in the past?
I have not competed. I consider myself more of an easygoing Tarkov player than a competitive one, so I haven't had the opportunity to get to that level yet, but maybe in the future, we'll see.
Yeah, it is an experience. I've competed in the solo battles twice, and it is one of the best experiences in the Tarkov community that I've had the pleasure of doing, and then being a part and being a caster now. I can't thank them enough. It's an experience. It's very stressful, and you spend a lot of rubles getting set up for these tournaments. So you save a lot of money, then you lose a lot of money. It's a lot of fun. So just call you Koha. I will make sure I do that. I call you Koha because I butchered your name. But good luck, everybody. We are live. We've got some competitors going in. It does look like Bandage Gamers are the first ones in, and it looks like they've decided to go customs to start with. Spectre, how do you feel about this? Customs going as their first map.
Honestly, that wouldn't have been my choice. It would not have been my choice first. I'm very comfortable on customs as one of my preferred maps, so I probably would have saved that a little bit later and tried to tackle a harder map in the beginning, personally.
Yeah, so going with a little bit harder in the future, like something like that. Because that's always my concern with the guide. A lot of people have a specific way that they want to play the guide and specific maps that they are comfortable with. So you think it's better to go with the maps that you're least comfortable with, to get them out of the way, try to get tasks done on those, and then save the map that you like the best for later?
That's my personal approach generally when I do the guide. I think it helps me going into the more challenging map to keep the right mindset and not get too comfortable with it. So it keeps me on my toes going for those bigger challenges in the beginning.
Thank you.
I like this tactic that these guys are working with also. It does look like Trip brought in a visor, a secondary visor, in case his gets hit, so we can replace that out, because we know that as visors take damage, they lose durability.
Which way?
It looks like Panda's going ahead and taking some shots over there towards the drug house.
Which way?
Really good communication between these guys.
One thing I noticed as well is it seems like they have a pretty close uniform going on. They're running the same equipment, they're running very similar weapons, and I think that's going to help them identify each other and keep from committing those TKs as much.
Mm-hmm. And we have seen TKs in the tournaments. I will refrain from mentioning the team that had a TK last weekend, but it didn't hurt them too much. They managed to come back and put in a lot of work. We've had 4 team kills since April 17th of 2021. Is that up to date, Brian? Really? 4 TKs. Didn't happen. So we are having a little bit of a delay. Oh, go ahead.
I'm honestly surprised that in a competition this intense, we've only had 4 TKs, and I think that just speaks to the quality of players here, that they're able to mitigate that just with their familiarity of the game.
Skull doesn't count, right?
And it also it speaks volumes to the players and their ability to be comfortable with each other in these environments. You can also tell the people that I normally want to say you can tell the people that run together a lot, but that's not true, because sometimes the people that run together a lot get too comfortable and they end up miscommunicating sometimes, because they are just being like, oh, I'm over here, and they expect that information to be known. And that's kind of what we saw last weekend, where the verbal communication, they were so comfortable with each other that the verbal communication broke down just a little bit. Whereas 2 players that don't do that, you notice they're very much more communicative. They're very much like, no, I'm exactly in this location. And I just want to welcome everybody from Swabo Stream coming in with that raid. What is going on, Swabo? How are you doing today? Welcome everybody from Swabo Stream. You were catching us right at the beginning of the duo battles. All right, we are switching over to Hyper Blaze, Team Hyper Rat and Blaze. Now, both of these players are very much Labs players.
I'm honestly surprised. The same. I'm surprised that they're so still right now.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, this is not these 2 players that I am used to seeing. I never see them just stand and not run for everything.
Absolutely, it's very uncharacteristic, and I really want to see what's going on here that's put them in this position.
I'm very confused. They're not talking. They're like, this is super quiet and very kind of unnerving to see.
It is. It's, you know, it brings that question, like, what's put them here? They're clearly shaken. They're in a very disadvantageous position, it would seem. So we wonder what's got them feeling so stuck.
Do you think they heard a GL?
That's an interesting question.
Camper, I mean, we're going for survival maps in a row, so I mean, we're obviously gonna play like this.
They're starting full on with the guide. So this is very interesting.
We're obviously gonna have to play like this. Especially on labs. We don't know if there's a cheater. We don't know, like, if there's anything. We honestly just have to play super safe while you're pushing me.
Okay, I think they're starting to move. It's nice that we're actually getting Hyperrad explaining what's going on here, why they're playing a little bit more passively. One of the things, don't go into somebody's chat and just say camper because they're playing passively or because they're holding down. Like, don't do that as a viewer. Nobody likes that. These players obviously have something that they're working towards. They're doing something, whether it's they've heard something, they've posted up. Like, yes, we do have people that extract camp. We do. But these guys have a very smart tactic. They are playing extremely well. And when you see 2 players that, if you've ever watched their streams, that are playing so out of characteristics for themselves, and they're doing something so, like, it caught us off guard. It caught me and Spectre 21 both off guard watching this. you know, learn something. Read, watch. Now I know what I'm doing in Fluffy's chat. Thanks, Garland. I appreciate that, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I like that we know what their mindset is now. And this honestly would have been my approach personally, is to try and I would have liked to have tried to knock out the guide right out of the gate, since we have to visit all these maps anyway. And I like how they're playing it slow and doing everything they can to guarantee that survival on the most difficult map.
You can tell that. You can also tell that for Blazed, this is. I feel like you can tell Blazed is getting a little uncomfortable playing this slow, because this isn't his play style. He is a very much a Shift W player. He's there's a GL40 on the back of HyperRat TV's rig. They have a GL40.
Yeah, you're right. This is very, very uncharacteristic for it, and I think it's starting to show.
Yeah,
it makes me wonder how he's gonna get that building aggression out in the next raid.
Mm-hmm. And you can just see he's peeking every corner. He's getting very antsy. This is where it's actually kind of one of those situations where you'll start to see your mental fortitude, where you have to do something that's super out of your realm of comfort, but you have to still maintain that structure. You've got to be on point, where if you start letting yourself wander and you start doing these things that Blaze is starting to do, it can put you in a bad situation. You're making a lot of noise. You're leaving yourself open a lot. Yes, you're a great player, but you're starting to lose focus very quickly.
Play it safe. I feel like we're gonna get rat.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see him, like you said, starting to lose his composure, and that can turn very, very deadly in Tarkov very quickly.
Or just like prone up somewhere.
Now they are trying to get a non-run through here.
Listen here, brother. I don't play this game and think at the same time. You're more of a thinker.
So update on the Bandage Gamers. It does look like they got 5 PMCs in the raid and 6 AI scavs. But unfortunately, they did not extract. They did die. So just a little update for you guys on what happened with those two. Now, something that these guys could have done if they were going to play passively like this was brought a backpack full of stuff, each one of them, whether it was toilet paper, and thrown that down so they both could have got that loot experience to allow them to get out. That was another tactic that they could have done. So we'll find out right now if this wasn't a run-through.
But it's done.
Yep.
So they did get the 10-point. They did get the 10-point survival bonus here for both extracting you together, but it also cost them a lot of time where they didn't get any more points. They didn't loot any items. They didn't get any kills. So, you know, it was an interesting decision on their part to play it so slowly.
I'm gonna check checkpoint. And see
exactly. They're only going to get 10 points out of that because they didn't do anything else on the map. Now, what I am going to be curious about from those guys is if they are going to go back to that map later to try to get aggressive, to try to get PMCs on that map. Now, it does look like we are tuning in here to Banana Stonks. I believe that they are on Woods because all I see is Woods, but it might be Shoreline.
How are there no scavs?
Nope, this is Woods. This is Woods. That is checkpoint.
There's no scavs. There's no scavs!
No scavs, he says. Another thing I noticed about these guys, very similar loadout. Again, their weapons look identical.
Oh, I see it.
I think that's going to help them identify each other, particularly if they get separated. They can help with sound location and getting a better picture of where they're at on the map.
Now, unfortunately, it does look like they are both running the second best site in the game, the Valde, over the Voodoo. If they had the Voodoo, it would allow them to reach a little bit further with that distance of view, and maybe that fog wouldn't be affecting them. But realistically, fog in Tarkov affects every scope site the same.
Yeah, fuck it. All right, let's just go then, I guess. Yeah, where are the other way?
Well, that's the most important question of the night. Are you a Voodoo or a Valde guy?
We go through this every time I cast. I'm pretty sure everybody is over it. What's going on, Doc? Walker, I have to agree with what Walker's saying right now. Spending an hour to get 25 points quest never seems worth it in my eyes. And I have to agree with Walker on that. Oh, Banana Stock's getting some good shots in, dropping a scav, I believe. So those are our points on the board.
Where'd he die at? I'm gonna dive on him and loot him. Cover me.
Yep.
Level 6? I don't care today. We don't care today.
No.
What else do we need?
We need that. Gobble that up.
Oh, we don't need splints. No, what else do we need?
We need the
Oh yeah, scab vest.
This worries me because these guys seem confused about what their tasks are. It's one of the things that we kind of hope that as a competitor going into it, you at least know what you're looking for on each map. They're very showy. I'm just worried a little bit about their communication and their team at the moment.
There's a dead scav here.
I agree. You can see Kigu, he's got the gamer lean going on. He's very, very focused, and that may be giving him a little bit of tunnel vision where he's not keeping these other concepts in the back of his mind with what items he needs to find, what other things he needs to consider, the bigger point quests. He seems very hyper-focused.
Yeah, he does. They're very brazen right now. It's very interesting to me the way that they're playing. This is the wide open area. A lot of people are still needing shooter-borne shots on woods, and they're just running in the open where anybody could easily take a shot at them. Now, I do know that the fog is thick. It is extremely difficult to see at range, but just running around like that makes me a little uncomfortable and a little worried.
But it also goes down like.
So do you think then that that's intentional on their part to try and draw attention to them, or do you think it's just them being kind of haphazard in how they're running this raid?
I'm going to be honest with you, Spectre. I think they're being haphazard. If I'm being real and I'm being honest, I think they're being a little haphazard. I don't, and I don't think it's like a bad thing necessarily that they're like. I think that they might be just confident enough that in their abilities.
He's dead. It's a player.
Oh, picking up a player kill right there by Banana Stonks. Very nice. Getting those points, securing a PMC kill with a tag. Really nice. Rocking my favorite gun in the entire game, the M1A.
Okay, fuck it. Let's just leave. We got 2 PMC kills, 2 dog tags, plus sugar, plus team extract. That's a lot of points. So. That's 30
Doc
points
J, I put a Valde on my Vector. It's my new favorite. Yeah, the Vector. We can all agree that the Vector needs some work. I think the bullet drop off for the Vector needs to be adjusted a little bit. I should not be able to use that sight to snipe people. But I agree with Garland. Would work better with Voodoo.
Now we did see with Banana Stonks here, they did manage to get those task items out. So even though they didn't get as high a kill count maybe as other teams, they're focused more on the overall strategy of picking up those items, getting the bonus points, and driving that overall concept home.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like our current leaders are on woods in a fight, dropping somebody near the USET camp, I believe. Oh, actually, I don't think this is USET camp. I think this is the rock section right behind where we used to snipe people from, or to the right of Sniper Rock.
I just figured you were gonna grab them. So we have multiple PMC kills here, it looks like.
Oh, you know what? Does it matter who has the tag?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. We prefer if you at least let me know, or if you trying to have the right person.
Now, Bunny, who's that voice that we're hearing in the background here?
I believe that is Preppy, Emo Ninja. She is a amazing battle mod. Everybody knows Preppy is in quite a lot of different channels. Great streamer. She has been with the Evasion family for quite a while. So the battle mod just giving them directions, letting them know what's going on. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Dunk. I'm sorry, that was Dunk, not Preppy. I got it backwards.
That wasn't him. Different SVD.
Okay, so we're hearing the battle mods kind of in the back, in their ears, kind of in the background, keeping these guys apprised of some information, right?
Agreed.
Exactly. The battle mods are these players' lifelines to any questions that they have, keeping them on track, letting them know their time, pretty much whatever the players need. It's kind of like their personal assistants during the entire tournament. What can they do? You know, how can they help? Oh, it looks like we've got another kill coming in from Trip X.
I need a surge.
And Trip is running into some drop frames. That's why you guys will notice a little bit of a difference in the way that their views are looking. Trip might look like he's a little bit further behind than what's actually happened. It's not what's happening. They're on track. Their battle mod is keeping track of everything, so they are good to go. So we've all been there, whether it's watching streams or streaming ourselves. We've all run into technical issues, but he is going to keep trucking through. Look at all of those drugs that Trip has.
That was a player. I just thought he might have picked up something that we needed, you know?
Well, like a streamer item.
Yeah.
So we are hearing them start to think about those items that they're looking for. They've obviously been racking up the kills here, but they're trying to multitask and get those extra points with the items, thinking about, again, the overall strategy. And I think that's going to help them long term. Even though they've already got a good lead here, it's going to help them solidify that and maintain that lead throughout the tournament.
A really huge Party Panda picking up that scav vest, the new one that they are looking for as their task item.
It is the security vest, correct?
What's going on, Bolts? How are you doing?
Okay, I thought so.
Somebody shot sniper scav down.
Yep, I figured. Probably not stick to the rock, but kind of.
Yeah, gangster, that is what we were told, that they were just now starting to come together with their strats. Yep. Chat, a security rig and scav vest are not the same thing, to clarify. They are not. The security vest is the black one, the scav vest is the tan one. That is very true.
So one thing I'm noticing on the scoreboard right now is we saw Hyperblaze take that slow raid in labs, and they seem to be falling behind on the scoreboard. And it makes me wonder if that slow approach to the labs raid is going to cost them in the long run.
Yeah, I'm very worried about the tactic that the team Hyperblaze has decided to go with, of just trying to get the 25 points for the guide done. I don't know if for me personally the 25 points is worth it. It looks like Snoozy and them are on resort taking snipes. Snoozy having some difficulty with that. I think the issue is I don't think Snoozy is actually zeroed correctly. I think he's at 50 and he didn't zero that gun to 100, which may be why he's not landing those headshots like he feels he should be.
No, he killed the other guy, I think.
It's Snazzy the streamer. The team is Snoozy. Oh, getting another one.
Good kill there.
Snazzy, what a flick. That was beautiful.
That boy damn near ratted me.
So he may have struggled with that first kill, but he wrapped up the team very nicely.
Now, how do you feel about Tsunami and Snazzy's tactic here? Snazzy is staying on the outside of the map, being very aggressive, going after a lot of kills, whereas Tsunami is on the inside, looks like looting everything up, trying to find those items. Do you think that the split tactic is the way to go here?
Honestly, as a personal thought, I don't know if it would be my approach, but in this situation, it seems to be working out very well for them, because we saw one member of the team picking up multiple tags here, where the other one can focus on trying to pick up those items. So they're kind of, attacking every aspect all at once. They're getting the kills, they're getting the tags, and they're also trying to pick up those hard-to-find items. And again, here on Shoreline, they're looking for an aluminum splint and a lion statue. That lion statue is going to be really tricky, so it could pay dividends to the team that is consistently searching for that until they can get it picked up for those 10 points.
Yep. And we do know that lions have a chance to spawn. There are a couple of different rooms here on Shoreline that they can spawn. The other places is a lot of the safes. There are a lot of safes on Shoreline, and lions do have a pretty decent chance to spawn there. So I'm curious if we're going to see them hitting those safes, or if they're just going to be checking the actual loot spawn locations, like the hard locations.
Don't they find any, like, oh lord.
Oh no!
Man
Snazzy goes down!
Player, he's in admin. That boy just smoked me for a shot.
So now Tsunami knows that he heard somebody running on the steps outside, plus his teammate went down in admin. He's going to go ahead and push in.
So you posed the question earlier about splitting up and whether that was a good idea or not. It may have cost them that extraction here, and it could have more implications for this raid going south.
I've got that. Thank you.
Now, do you think this is beneficial? Should Tsunami just say, I need to go? Like, just get out, understand that, hey, I need to reset. Me and my teammate need to get back in together, because being a part of the team and getting those extract points is more important than trying to pick up a kill.
At the bottom of the stairs.
Right. I think, honestly, I think what would have been my move would have been push the player as hard as I could, not worry if I'm going to die, because, you know, in one situation I pick up a kill on a tag and I get some points. In the other situation, I get
what
that
a flick! Getting over there, trying to cut you off. Oh my gosh, that man is a little desynchy. I'm a little worried about this, but he should be able to do it. Picking it up, beautiful.
Wow.
Way to go. Oh, that guy pushed a little too aggressive for his own good, and it allowed Tsunami to go ahead and clean that up with some amazing point fire. Woo!
Went 0 to 100.
So yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I think I should just like
go right ahead. Go right ahead.
this shit and then leave.
I was just going to say it. If it were me, I would have pushed it a lot quicker, but it seems to have paid off for him. He went ahead and got that kill, and now he's still got some freedom to look for more kills or items. But at this point, he definitely does need to think about that ticking time clock where his partner's out of raid, and the faster he can get out of raid, the faster they can get back in and start making more points.
And guys, I just want to point out that Bandage Gamers on our scoreboard has just crested 100 points before 30. Oh, he's going ahead and picking up another kill. Sorry, I'm going to go back to that other thought. Let's go. Tsunami, are you good? You were having a day right now. That was amazing. Great kill. But Bandage Gamers has hit 100 points before the 35-minute mark. I don't think that's been done before, has it? We'll get clarification from our battle mods and from our head battle mods and production, but I don't think I've ever seen that. True. And we're being told that they are on track. If they can keep this pace going, they are on track to get 605 points if they keep this speed and momentum going. That Spectre 21, I mean, that kind of crazy.
Absolutely unprecedented at 10 PMC kills already. And you look at the way this tournament's gone so far, your high scores end up generally in the 300s. To think about this team almost doubling that is really, really impressive.
It truly is, because if you look at Group A, Langston and Sick Degenerate were the highest from Group A, B, and C last weekend with 427 points. And you have a team that is on par to decimate that. There's Langston in the stream.
When you win this turning, pick up the items. Pick up the good items. Maybe this guy's a spin.
Yep. These are each one of these competitors. You can tell how the Evasion team, they picked them out. Every one of these guys is putting on an absolute show. Now, the thing that I am curious, how many PMCs has Tsunami and Snazzy picked up this raid? Because don't forget, if they get 7 PMCs in one raid, that is a quest.
I was wondering the same thing, and I don't know if we can get that information from the battle mod, but I believe from memory, I know I saw at least 2 tags on each of them, and I'm sure there's some that I missed. So we've got to be very close to that 7 kill count.
Yeah, I'm very curious about this, like where we're sitting. We'll get some confirmation on where they're at in just a moment. But that could be huge, picking up all of these kills, even with, this is one of those things where, you know, for me as a competitor, I would have thought to just go ahead and get out and reset because I need to get my teammate back. But if Tsunami can continue on this pace and keep doing what Tsunami's doing, it might make it beneficial to make up for the 10 points that they lost in trying to get back in very quickly.
Outside the resort. Wait, you have my rig too with all the.
You're right. The thing that I keep looking at here is the right side of the screen. We've got a player that's just dormant, not collecting any points right now. So the longer he stays in this raid, the more minutes pass without that extra firepower, those fresh bodies to go for. It could end up costing them in the long run.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. So it does look like Tsunami has decided to go ahead and make it towards the extract. Like I said, we will get clarification on how many PMCs that was. We're going to switch over here to Banana Stonks. Looks like they are over here on reserve.
I'm not really good with reserve.
Banana Stonks going for the extra loot on this one. That's an interesting decision to have 2 very heavy items in his bag that he doesn't need for the tournament.
That's very true. That, like, I get they're worth a lot of money. You know what I'm very curious about is how much money do these guys have? Because I've noticed them carrying some things that I'm like, why are you taking that?
Now, from a little bit, watching Subi a little bit over the past couple of days, I know he was trying to build up his money in his hideout. It seems like he's afraid that he might need more from carrying around those filter absorbers.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and as chat is saying, loot goblins, always a loot goblin. And that's very true, but I think it's one of those moments where you have to step back and go, hey, maybe now's not the time to be loot goblin, and maybe it's time to get competitive. But if it works for them, yeah, go ahead.
It's like you said, I mean, this is the time to focus on the tournament, not necessarily your own Tarkov net worth.
Which group it is, but it's one of these. Either this one or the...
Yeah, getting that bank account up right now is probably not the thing you need to focus on. But maybe he wants to throw him in while he's playing in the tournament to work on his stats.
Yeah, that's up and down.
It's certainly an interesting decision.
If you can't get points, get stonks. There you go, Garlem. There you go.
Yeah, I tried to find an MCB up there.
Loot goblin. Oh.
Like the big wooden boxes?
So the thing I do appreciate, we just heard Kigu mention that they are looking for these items for the map. So they are, regardless of their motivation for what they're focusing on, they're at least looking for those items and trying to get those extra points.
Do you think Subi-Doo is going to make Kigo carry all of the loot items out so he can keep these 2 filters?
At this point, that would not surprise me.
Points when we get out. That's still a survive. And it's still, yeah, because we get 10 for the tool set plus 10 for the survive. I mean, that's only a 7-minute raid. And these are the maps that we don't really know either.
Oh, good comms.
Because, like, in my eyes, customs is going to be the one that we need to just hit it big on.
Wait, I can open the other door.
You can open either one.
Wait, I don't have this key.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't have the key.
Alright, let's just go then.
Patrolling. KRP up top and dome.
Ooh, so many great competitors right now. I love watching the score because we're sitting here, we see the same thing that you see, chat. We are watching the exact same perspective that you're watching. So seeing those scores change in the bottom right hand corner, my eye keeps getting drawn down there, and I love seeing it and seeing what's going on with everybody. They are, you can, and just like when you see those big jumps, you're like, oh, what happened? It's great.
Alright, yeah, let's just get the fuck out. I don't really want to be here. I mean, at the rate we're going, we could
Absolutely, and we are seeing that
survival
Hyperblaze now has pulled ahead of Banana Stonks. Now, these guys could easily extract together right here and get that 10-point extraction. They're still going to be behind Hyperblaze, who had that slow start in the beginning. So maybe their lack of planning is starting to show here as we get a little farther into this tournament.
All right, they're going ahead and dropping their armor to use that cliff extract. Very interesting. And you can hear them talking, too, about they just want to get out of this map. They're not comfortable with it. They don't like it. They don't want to be here, so they're just going ahead and getting off of it. So this is another thing that we're going to see come into play all day today, is these competitors just trying to get out of the maps that they're not used to. They just want to get off of them as soon as possible. Do you think that's going to have a lasting effect when we get later on? Maybe if they're getting a little frustrated and having to go to those maps, do you think that's going to cost them some matches?
I think it'll definitely weigh into their decision making, whether they want to try and go to those maps they're less comfortable with and complete those objectives, or if they just want to go to their more comfortable, familiar maps and grind out the kills and rack up points that way.
Wonton.
Wonton? Which one's Wonton?
Right between Subway.
Okay. I'm gonna jump across. Wow. Okay.
And we are being told that Hyperblaze's tactic is working for them. They are 3 for 3 as of this moment for extracting. And Banana Stonks is 2 for 2. So both of those teams are well on their way to trying to get the guide done for 25 points. 25 points is a lot of points. Oh, going ahead and getting into it right now. Party Panda sounds like he did pick up that kill. Does look like Trip is also going ahead and lighting somebody up on the outside over there, having to reload and relocate a little bit. Didn't drop that kill. Going ahead and doing a little hip fire. Decided to ADS to finish it off. Good comms from them.
Very exciting raid. Very exciting raid right now.
These two, you can just see the practice that they've been putting in since they found out that they got in. You can see the practice paying off for these two. They are extremely comfortable together. They know how each other plays. They are very aware of their surroundings and where each player is going, and it shows.
Absolutely, absolutely. They were able to attack that situation very well. If anybody who's played Interchange knows that it's a very, very difficult map to engage multi-point fights in. It's a very dark map. There's a lot of corners and angles. So the fact that they were able to approach that the way they did and take out these multiple players is very impressive.
I'm coming right to the middle there. I gotta get my tag.
And you hear them talking to each other saying, hey, I got to get my tag. Fully understanding, making sure that they are clearing before they loot. One of the biggest issues that new players don't do enough of is they don't clear the area before they loot. They get that greed in their eyes and they just go for it.
How much time are we in?
So we've got a question in chat asking about the 14 PMC kills. Basically asking if the quests will stack. Can they continue getting those 25 points for each quest?
Go back and swipe and get looking for this horse.
And nope, that is correct. That is a nope. It's a one-time each because they do need to get 7 PMC kills in one raid. So that's not just 7 PMC kills across all their raids. It's 7 PMC kills in one raid. And that does not stack. Once the quest is complete, it is checked off, and they are good to go.
Get me out of here. Oh my god.
And thank you, Garland, for that shout-out for Trey. What is going on, Trey 24K? How are you doing today?
No, I mean, I haven't heard anything about my stream.
Garland, your fingers are always pointing in the wrong direction. You're just. I'm sure that Really's, Realize appreciates you staying follows are free and pointing to his name. Exactly, Brian. Thank you.
So we can see Bandage Gamers here searching for that horse statue, this little nook
down quick.
back in. The name escapes me.
The why I was gonna say Burger Shot, but I believe Burger Shot is from Grand Theft Auto. The Burger King.
Right, so they've opened the extraction. They've opened the easy extraction that's just down through the Kiba hole.
Yeah, kill
But
his stash. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Spectre.
We also have the other side of the team looking for those quest items, searching for the known horse statue spawns, trying to get those extra points in.
The tank.
Mm-hmm.
Generic.
I think this works well because they're not far away from each other, but they've just spread out enough. It doesn't seem like they're far enough to where if one of them gets in trouble, the other one can't answer. And I think that's the important difference. And what didn't happen with Tsunami was that they were too far. So when one of them got into trouble, they weren't quick enough to get there to answer for help. Whereas these two were still very close to each other and available to help each other if it comes down to that.
No dice, sorry.
So it does look like they may be pushing their way over to this Killer Extract, going ahead and trying to get out together. Looks like Trip is going to go ahead and pop a med just in case. Clear out that hole. If anybody's camping it, clear out inside in case anybody's camping it. Very, very smart tactic here, just to make sure.
Dude, I'm not trying to go out like that.
All right, we are going to switch over to Team Hyper Blaze over in the middle of woods. Oh!
Naked. No.
Blaze took a really long time to focus in and shoot that guy. Getting into it, though, that guy did not stand a chance.
I killed him. You're good.
Go right ahead, Spectre.
So they're very tense here. Now, we brought up earlier about the uncharacteristic behavior of Blaze, and I think we're seeing it again here. The fact that he is whiffing a shot like that, it may read into the stress that he's feeling during this tournament, because typically he's a very, very accurate, fast shooter. What do you think about that?
I have to agree. I feel like he's playing not to his play style right now. And it almost feels like he's playing with a cinder block tied to his feet, because he doesn't seem to be getting as aggressive as he normally does. He doesn't seem to be pushing the way he normally does. He very much seems like he's playing with a cinder block tied to him. And what I'm curious about is once Hyperblaze, like, even though I feel like they are wasting time playing like this, trying to get the guide done, once they get the guide done and that cinder block is removed, will we see an entirely different team? That's what I'm curious about.
That's a very good point, and a very good analogy with the cinder block tied to him. And it makes you wonder if maybe they're trying to take too careful, too strategic an approach, where maybe if they went more with their native aggressive play style, it might benefit them more in this tournament. They're still in a good position here on the scoreboard. Bandage Gamers obviously is starting to pick up a very strong lead, but Hyperblaze is still close enough where they could close in on that as the night develops.
Yeah. And what the other thing that I'm concerned about here, Spectre 21, is what happens if they die? How will that affect them? And of course, we're not hoping for that. We want to see these guys absolutely decimate every single map. We want all of our competitors to, but it is Tarkov, and that is a very realistic thing that could happen at any moment. If they do die, especially after how many maps they've made it through on the guide, will that affect their mental state? And how will that affect their mental state if it does?
I know for me personally, it would definitely bring me down, knowing that I've got 3 successful extractions going on to the 4th. The guide completion is 25 points. That would go a long way in closing that gap with the scoreboard leader right now, and could potentially propel them towards overtaking our leader. So I think it's definitely there's definitely going to be a psychological element, and even as they close in on the later raids of trying to accomplish the guide, when they get into those last couple maps, surely they're going to be experiencing a lot more stress with that, and it could affect their gameplay more.
Yeah. Very smart of these guys. They're going ahead and picking up some scav kills. They're both talking to each other about how much experience they believe they have, because they don't want that run through, because the run through obviously will not count the raid for the guide task that they are trying to get done. Very smart. They are going to go loot these bodies. It's a very dangerous place to loot around Scav House here. Also standing up to loot. They're just kind of searching, getting, you know, they're playing respects. That's all they're doing right now, just getting that extra experience. Looks like they're going to go ahead and move towards extract and get out as fast as possible. What maps do you think we'll see from these guys for the rest of the tournament once they get the guide done? Because remember, they can't run the same map back to back. They do have to keep switching through the maps. So what maps do you think that we're going to see from these guys?
Right. You know, once they get through the guide, or they decide to not continue with the guide, whichever one happens. I know I've seen Blaze be very comfortable on customs, and I've seen HyperRat be very comfortable in interchange, and I'm sure that they're, you know, these are very high level, very experienced players. They're gonna excel probably on any map that they go to, but I would probably expect them to run more customs for those quick, maybe try to get some quick boss kills, quick PMC kills. That's what I would look for in this team.
So at this look, we're going to switch over here to Banana Stonks. They're over here on Labs, getting into it. Oh, it looks like we got Kigo going ahead and just lighting down the path. I couldn't really see what he was shooting at. Oh, he has definitely got somebody down in that doorway, just spraying that entire 60-round mag over and over. Looks like they're switching out for Subi to go ahead and continue firing. They're going to move back over here into this little side medical office. Wait,
Very
is he just
good
wearing a
tactic
door
here.
kicker?
There's two of them, I think.
I really like the tactic with the bounding Overwatch. One suppresses while the other one reloads. They're working very good as a team here, and that's something we were curious about because they didn't talk through strategy much, but they seem to be playing off of each other very, very well here.
Very true. I have to agree with you, but Spectre, is he just wearing... Is he really in Labs just wearing a Panama hat? Please tell me my eyes deceived me there. That this man doesn't... He's not wearing a helmet. He's wearing a Panama hat.
Hey, you know, when your confidence is that high, it's an age-old argument in Tarkov to wear a helmet or not to wear a helmet. Me personally, I've gone both ways with it.
I'm sorry, it's the door kick. Thank you for the clarification. It is a door kicker, not a Panama.
Are you trying to throw nades or make noise?
Good communication there.
Very good communication. And like somebody in chat said that M995 pins everything. That is true, but it's also not true. You got to understand, we have seen time and time again. Oh, going ahead and pick up a Raider kill by Kigo. Beautiful. But we have seen time and time again in the competitions, whether it's been the solo battles or the duo battles, that helmets have ricocheted large rounds, whether it was M995, M61. Helmets work. Regardless of your personal feelings, we have physical evidence, video proof that over and over and over, helmets save lives. So when you're in a competition like this, do you feel like you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by not wearing a helmet? What do you think?
60% of the time, it works every time. My personal thought, honestly, is there's always a compromise. If you run without a helmet,
Kigo going down.
Was empty.
Where was he?
He was in the back.
Stated mag was empty.
On the back right side.
We got him.
See if Sub can pick this up. Beautiful, nice point fire just to follow that shot through. Very clean. Getting revenge for his teammate's death. Oh.
This is going to cost them not being able to extract together. They did get a little bit separated there, and it went south for them.
Okay.
So they're going to be 2 for 3 on extracts. That was their first death. Oh.
I ran out of ammo on him, but there's one in the back right just crouch walking.
So
honestly, if you
the guide is going to be exceptionally rough for these guys because they can't come back to labs for another 4 raids. Oh, you hate to see it. For me, it's one of those situations where, oh, is he still in a fight with somebody else?
It looks like we might have another player here.
Because at this point, we need to be fast.
Oh my god.
So we hear Kigu talking about the advantage of getting through this raid fast.
You could try just going straight up to green and getting a P22, because that's 10 points, right? And that'll make up for me dying. Which I fucking trolled. I ran out of fucking ammo.
Oh my god.
So we've got some good strategizing going on here. Kigu trying to keep Subi focused on objectives and what's more valuable, getting out of the raid faster or grabbing that P22 stem for those extra points. He's kind of driving this team and keeping focused on more than just winning the fights.
Yeah. And that's a very good call to say, okay, look, you just running towards the extract or taking the F1 extract right now and just getting out, that's not going to benefit us in this moment. Go ahead, try to pick up these couple of items, make up for my death because we're not going to get the 10-point extract together. So let's try to make up as many points as we can. We can't come to this map, back to this map for a while. Do what you can on it. It is one of those things where it's a very hard decision because you are kind of at a disadvantage here. You're down a man. He's just sitting in his inventory, just waiting. That's very true, Bolts. What Bolts just said. British Oba had 2 rounds ricochet off of that Ace's helmets. Yeah. Off of, yep.
Subi working very frantically right here, trying to find that P22 stem, trying to get those extra points before he gets out of the raid.
Mm-hmm. Yep, very much so. Just trying to do whatever.
There's literally nothing in here, man.
No, they just rush him. I would just go straight down and try to rush him. If nothing else.
Guys, I want to thank everybody that has been subbing to the channel for helping us get that hype train. You guys are amazing. We put the show on for you, the viewers. So thank you guys so much for the level 3 hype train. Oh, go ahead and get an amazing headshot on that. Good shot coming out from Subidoo. Guys, welcome. Thank you guys so much.
And a big thank you to One Delta Street for the gift subs, Brian for the gift subs, and Damien for the 10 gift subs. Thank you all so much for the support. Thank you all for hanging out tonight.
Trey, that man was lost. That's what that guy was doing. He was lost.
No, it's not even worth it to loot them to see if they have a P20.
Like just found their way into labs by an accident and was lost. Paid actors.
That could have easily been me.
All right, we're going to switch over here to Hyper Blaze. Looks like they are on the Interchange map. Now, Interchange is... Let's see. I believe that Interchange is actually Hyper Rat's favorite map. So we'll see here, how does that affect Hyper Rat and how he plays with this map. Is he going to get a little bit more aggressive, or are they going to keep playing this slow and steady game?
Good. I see scabs over there.
Yeah.
So we hear Hyper Rat talking a little bit of strategy, whether they want to push in or stay outside.
Looks like they found a PMC over in the power station, and he called it out saying that it looks like he just had a Makarov.
He wasn't inside though, he was like going to the building. Oh, there are scabs. Shit. We gotta get to him before the scab does.
Oh, beautiful shot. Clean.
Picking up a quick point there.
They have to be a little careful here, though. Even though it is a Makarov pistol, that can still drop a player. Oh, going ahead and picking up that player behind the desk. Beautiful shot by Blaze.
Let's have the body for XP.
So again, the items we're looking for here on interchange are Aramid and a horse statue. Those are items that are probably not going to be found on the periphery of the map. More than likely, they're going to have to push in and search inside the mall for those items if they want to go that route.
That is very true, but they could also, realistically, there are a bajillion stashes on this map. There are so many, and you can normally find a lot of those items in the stashes if they hit them. I haven't really seen them going for them yet.
I do not believe
That's
so.
a really good point. I forget about the stashes. I don't focus on those a lot in the raids. I harken back to my 2-3-year-old Tarkov experiences a lot of times, and I forget about the newer concepts in the game sometimes.
What is going on, Vaughn? How are you doing today, brother? I hope you are well. It's great to see you. The battles have been intense with a lot of action, some amazing competitors today.
So what's your opinion, Bunny, here on their decision to kind of run around the periphery of the map?
I don't hate it.
Oh. Looks like they're going to take a no bag extract here.
So it looks like he's going to swap up, let him get the search experience here, try to get as much experience as he can so that way they don't end up with the
that should be enough, right?
with the run through. So they are trying to do the cheese way, and then they're going to just leave the backpack, I believe. He's going to throw his backpack down.
It does?
It does cancel the guide.
Okay, let's play it safe.
Yeah.
Okay, really smart call here because it does cancel the guide if they get a run through.
Reason is because it explicitly states that in the rules that run throughs are not allowed.
Yeah.
Really good call here. Great communication by the battle mod.
I think that was a good decision on their part. Now, depending. Okay, now they've got the XP now, so they're going to go back for it. But I think it would have been the right call because not only would they have lost out on the guide if they got that run through, but they would have also lost all the points they got in this raid because a run through will nullify the entire raid. So that would have been a huge loss for them with all that time they spent in this raid.
Very true. Very true. Now, and as players, if you don't know, it is one of those things that is confusing a lot of times that if you get a run through in the actual game on the guide, you don't fail the guide for a run through. But what happens is you have to redo that map.
You're good.
So as long as you don't die during the guide during the actual mission, you're fine. But here, you know,
I didn't bring SC6 that read. I'll bring
it nullifies the run if they get a run through it. So we don't want to see that. It does look like they both survived. Good call here. All right, we are going to switch over to Snoozy over on Labs. Tsunami and Snazzy.
The black key card and green key card without checking it.
Wait, did you get your tag? Did you get your tag?
Currently sitting in second place, Spectre.
Yeah, we've certainly seen a little bit of fluctuation in the leaderboard here. Hyperblaze is in third now, and you know we may see them jump up significantly if they knock out that guide quest, but they are starting to lag behind. Bandage Gamer's still holding that #1 position, holding it strong.
Rainbow? Oh no, I didn't.
That is true. And if you know, as you were saying, if we see Hyperblaze complete the guide, that is a huge 25-point bonus for them to help. Getting defuel, really good by Tsunami, going ahead and grabbing that defuel. Perfect, good looking out there.
You're an absolute genius, Nami. I wouldn't have thought of that.
A wizard.
Seriously, man's a sorcerer.
So you could tell by their banter here, these guys are very comfortable right now. They are really enjoying this. They don't seem to be stressed out. They seem to be comfortable pushing through these raids and not letting the stress get to them. And that may. I mean, I think we're starting to see that in the scoreboard right now. They're catching up very quickly to Bandage Gamers.
Don't skip through your screen this time, bro.
Yeah, we got it.
I'm reminding him.
Yeah, I have a bad memory, so. I'm sorry.
Hey, sports a habit, low key.
After that raid, Snoozy is Snoozy takes the lead with 144 over Bandage Gamers. Bandage Gamers have slowed down quite a lot. So I am a little bit worried about what's happening with them, but let's go ahead and check in with Banana Stonks. See if they're going to the moon or not. Now, let me ask you this, Spectre.
He's leveling his fucking whatever that thing is.
Do you think, based off of the scores that we're seeing, that this is indicative of what we were kind of talking about earlier?
It certainly seems that the lack of preparation is starting to cost Banana Stonks their standing tonight. They're very quickly dropping to a place where it's going to be not impossible, but very, very difficult to recover. And you know, these other teams are just continually pushing their lead farther away from them. And I think, you know, lack of preparation is starting to show, it seems.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. It's one of my biggest concerns. When we originally got that from production, the statement, I was a little worried, but then I thought to myself, well, maybe these guys have played a lot together. Maybe they know something. Maybe they're just really good about like working out stuff on the fly. But with the scores that we're seeing here, it does worry me a little bit what's happening.
Now, Bunny, did you notice there, Kigu has his sound alerts enabled on his stream? That to me is probably a huge mistake on his part, because it's going to draw his attention away from the raids, away from the tournament. I'm honestly pretty surprised by that.
Yeah, maybe he forgot. I'm going with the benefit of the doubt here, okay? That he forgot he had left it on, that people could, because you know, a lot of us have our blurp commands, or you know, other programs like that, Bitbot and etc. But in this kind of situation, I am not one of those people that would have that on. You know, getting Bitbotted in this moment is not something I would want to do during a tournament, especially a tournament that has a cash prize. You know what I mean? You're vying for actual money. Oh,
absolutely! Ooh, getting an engagement here.
Kigo. Mm-hmm.
We're sandwiched. There's bananas everywhere.
Come this way. We're gonna go kill this guy. I want that M1A in my stash.
Yeah.
A lot of confidence coming from Kigo here. He doesn't seem fazed by it. He's ready for the fight.
Door kicker. I can't believe this guy.
No, the door kicker's meta.
Meta my fucking nuts.
It's tier 7. Wait,
Oh my! You can hear. Oh, I'm so worried about this team. You can hear there's dissent amongst the ranks. His teammate is not happy with this door kicker anymore. Oh, Poe, I appreciate it. I don't feel like that's true at all, but I'm glad you think so. Tarkov reporter, tier 7 armor for the door kicker. Oh, Spectre, if Kigo was your,
they're up above. Don't even peek it. I just honestly F1 extra.
Kigo goes down. No.
I don't even know. I would try to run back. And go up above, like through the mid. Nah, fuck it, dude. Just Alt F4. Or, well, don't Alt F4. Just F1. Go hide somewhere.
Very different thing. F1 extract and Alt F4 would be very different outcomes. It seems like Kigu's overconfidence cost him in this situation. He was ready for the fight, and maybe they should have taken a more conservative approach to it.
Like, there's 2 clothing stores. There's one to your left there, and there's one across the road or the hallway. Try to grab one of those.
You know, okay, if that bullet that killed him was PST or something like that,
that's fine.
and I was his teammate, I would be extremely frustrated right now.
Absolutely. Now, Subi did pick up the aramid, so he does have those 10 points. So staying in the raid a little bit longer did pay off for him here.
Oh, he's getting lit up! There he is. Get him. Beautiful cleanup. Very nice. Trying to hide in the dark.
Honestly, just hide behind there, Alt F4 or whatever, F1 extract.
Excellent job
Was
by
that
Subi.
Power.
So we're not looking we're not looking for the aluminum splint on interchange. That's a shoreline item, but still an excellent play here. Avenging the death of his teammate and deciding to get out of the raid
There we
quickly
go.
so that they can get back into the action.
Okay, fuck it.
Good call. Very smart. Oh, we switched over to Bandage Gamers as they are getting lit up on labs. It looks like Trip goes down to a 3-man possibly. Can Party go ahead and get some revenge for what happened to his teammate? Looks like they moved into the... Oh, sitting behind the corner! Looked like he had moved into the stairwell, and the other one just waited. Oh! Caster's Curse coming through. Team Hyperblaze getting into a PMC. Oh! Giddy go ahead and pick that kill up using that beautiful DT MDR.
I'm gonna clear.
Yeah, match like a 6.
Now this is happening on their guide raid, going for the quest. They are really getting into it.
Now they're very far along in the guide quest now, so a fight like this has to weigh on their nerves heavily because one wrong step could cost them all the progress they've made towards this guide quest already. You would think they've got to be thinking about maybe trying to pull back and think about maybe trying to disengage more at this point, trying to complete this quest because it is 25 points goes a long way in this tournament.
Where do you want to go farm kills?
So they are deciding to go try to farm some kills to get that experience, to be able to get out.
Reserve can be kind of good. It depends though.
Yeah.
Oh, they're planning. Oh, okay. They're planning on what to do once they finish the guide. Like, where do they want to go to farm as many PMCs as they can? This is really smart.
Yeah,
They're saying
like,
reserve labs.
Customs reserve, I guess. Back to back.
Yeah,
so customs reserve, customs reserve. I'm gonna see if gates open.
I think that shows a lot of confidence for this team. They're confident that they're going to knock out the guide. They're already planning 2 steps ahead. They're trying to think about how they're going to seal the deal on this tournament. Not just that next step, but how they're going to knock this out of the park.
So you can hear HyperRat trying to check to see if that extract over there is the CCP temporary extract is open. Now that is something that for your knowledge, chat, that you cannot actually see from the road. The light is kind of bugged right now. You have to actually get close and you'll see the light on the ground in front of the extract, and that will let you know if it's open or not. It works extremely well, and it's easier to tell when it's raining or it's dark out, obviously, because the ground will be glowing as you get closer. But they didn't go check it. They just kind of assumed it wasn't open.
Cleaning up a couple scav kills here, getting those extra couple points on their way out.
So they feel confident. They feel confident enough that they have enough points. Now they do have to be extremely careful here. This is a dangerous extract. Looks like they're picking up. Is that a scab or is that a player that they're trying to shoot at?
It's hard to see from here. They've clearly got a better eye on it than we do. This is a very dangerous area, pushing up on the road to customs extract. This is where a lot of players coming from all points of the map are going to come to try and get out.
I think he's behind the sandbag.
Very true. What's going on, Venom Snake? How are you doing? Everybody from in chat, welcome. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Yeah, the way that they're talking about this and the way that movement was for me, it definitely looked like a PMC. Nope, looks like just a scav. Easy kill.
Dare my area. Nice.
So now we are coming up to see where they're at on this. If they have enough experience, hopefully no run through. That should have given them enough time during the raid.
Just leave your kill screens up for me.
Yeah.
Confirm.
Another successful extract by Hyperblaze.
Guide complete.
Let's see if they get this check mark. This will complete the guide for them. Blazed is all set. Now we're just waiting to see if Hyper got, and that is all set.
That is huge.
Check mark.
That's 25 points.
And you're good, Hyper.
Yeah, so we finished the guide right there, right?
2 PMCs, 5 scavs. Yes, you finished the guide. You guys are good.
Cool. Who's gonna go customs or reserve?
Customs.
All
So
right,
what do you think
Spectre.
about what this is going to allow for them to do now that they've got that off their chest? They can reorient themselves. What do you think they're going to what's their approach going to be now?
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, the shackles are off. We are going to see, I personally believe we're going to see an entirely different team now from Hyperblaze. We are going to see a much more aggressive team. We are going to see these guys pushing every single sound on the map. So I am excited to see what the next hour especially brings, because with the shackles off, they don't have to worry about the guide. They can go crazy.
I thought we needed just one.
That's a good point, especially considering that raid pushed them into second place now. So they are poised to possibly propel themselves and maybe even overtake that #1 position. They had lagged in the beginning on the scoreboard, and they seem to be gaining that ground up now. And as you said, possibly to accelerate that as they're more comfortable and freedom of movement in the coming raids.
You already in?
Very true. And it's one of those things that we were worried about at the very... Oh, going ahead, Trip getting into it with a player. I couldn't tell if that was a player or a scav. Going ahead and getting a couple of points there. Just a scav. Shooting through those racks can be a little difficult sometimes. But we were kind of concerned for Hyper, Rad, and Blazed beginning, because they did waste so much time on labs. They felt that, like, we felt they were playing very slow. It was very interesting.
Players coming up.
So, oh, you can hear Trip saying players are coming. Let's see what happens here.
They're by the car side.
Okay.
Right outside 2-story balcony or scaffolding, I think.
Let me know if they go fire escape or jump in.
Still running.
Now, notice these two teams are split between the two different buildings.
Now, this might be beneficial, so we will see what happens
Still
here.
running?
Oh, he's going ahead and getting it. He got...
Damn, I should have pushed balcony.
Yeah.
Party, did you see him? Party didn't see him. Oh, going ahead and seeing him now.
I hate doing this, but I don't want to be.
We're listening in to Party's audio right now.
Where are you at?
I'm in 2, just jumped out the back.
Okay.
And I'm dead.
Oh!
Dude, they're all around me at 2. There's like 2-3 dudes. We'll have to stay together more.
So our video feed clearly is lagging behind. Now we're seeing the death.
Oh, there we go. Party going ahead and picking up 1 kill inside of 3-story. Is he going to go ahead and push over to 2? Yes, we exactly like you said, Spectre. There is a little bit of delay.
So.
Did you die outside of 2?
Yep.
Out back or around the side?
Out back.
Okay. It seems that the split between the two buildings was not a good decision for them. It left them exposed to too many angles, and they're a man down already with plenty of fight left to go.
Yeah, and what worries me a little bit is because there was a little delay in what we were seeing, but Party Panda did miss a PMC at the corner of the balcony. It was a very, like, just quick glance. You saw him at the corner, and I don't think he saw that. And it's very easy for us as viewers and watchers to find these things, but when you're in the moment, it's easy to miss. I wonder if him finding that person earlier would have been a little bit of a difference here.
How far were they? Like,
One was on the corner, and one was running up from the blue container spot.
okay. So, I don't see him anymore.
Took the slick X in there, and dude.
Yeah, I bet I would have heard them if they ran away.
All right, so we do have a tie right now between Bandage Gamers and Snoozy. They both have 17 PMC kills. The big difference, though, is that Team Snoozy has collected 100% of their tags, whereas Team Bandage Gamers has not. So that's why we're seeing a discrepancy, like a big separation in points at the moment.
Now, I noticed that not only has he decided to disengage here, but he's continuing to stay in the raid. And I think that's a very interesting... Oh, he's found somebody here.
Oh, the grenade bounced out! Oh,
wow,
what a push!
What a kill.
Oh my, okay. Okay, he got super lucky because his gun got stuffed and the guy pushed in front of him as the gun stuffed into the guy's back and he managed to shoot him dead. Oh, can we get some hype in the chat for what just happened?
Right, amazing play there. I was really concerned with his decision to move to disengage from customs, but clearly he knew way more than I did. He knew where to go to find that player, and he finished it out very well.
He put his gun in that man to pull the trigger. That was something unique that we don't see often. Spectre, I still don't know if I agree with him staying in this raid even more, because the amount of points that he's picking up here, you know, is it going to equate to what him and his teammate could put together if they went ahead and got out and got back into another raid, realistically?
I agree, buddy. I think you're spot on there. He's wasting a lot of time here with his partner out of the raid, and you know they've already.
Oh.
Okay, another kill there. Was that a player? Wow, this guy he seems to have an almost supernatural knowledge of what's going on in the map right now.
Well, the one good thing about this Spectre is that with those 2 kills and those 2 tags, that does give him 10 points, so he is making up for the lost points on the extract. But it's still not enough, I don't think, personally, because it's like you're just trying to fix the points that you hemorrhaged for your teammate dying, whereas if you had gotten back in and got those 2 kills and extracted, you would have gotten 10 more points. So I still don't know if it's enough. I'm very curious about how this is going to work. But after those 2 kills, that does push them up to 19 PMC kills. We've got a leader battleship right now, 4 PMC kills between Bandage Gamers and Snoozy. So I'm excited to see how this is going to keep unfolding. Oh, going ahead and picking up that scav kill.
Absolutely, and we are starting to see Snoozy separate and pull ahead in their lead, and especially with Bandage Gamers starting to slip even farther behind Hyperblaze. Bandage Gamers had a really strong showing in the beginning of this tournament tonight, but they're starting to lose a lot of that momentum.
They truly are, and it's one of the biggest difficulties and one of the biggest hurdles when you're competing in these streamer battles, especially one in this format where, you know, with the solos there is a little bit of downtime that you can experience in between each raid, whereas this is very much 3 hours of full non-stop action. You're going for 3 hours, and it starts to run, like, just starts to wear on you mentally. Do you think that is going to, do you think we're seeing that here with Bandage Gamers, or do you think they've just had some bad runs?
I think it's a very strong possibility. I think we talked about how Banana Sonks, clearly their lack of preparations is showing. Snoozy's taking a big lead here. Hyperblaze is capitalizing on their decision to start slower, and they're now in a position to accelerate. And you know, it's you
No
brought up a
sugar
really good
coated
point about
weather.
bandage gamers starting to lose that momentum, maybe starting to lose their confidence, starting to feel the pressure right now, getting later on into this tournament tonight.
Oh my god, I'm going for those. Gosh, that's free.
I don't know where that is.
Now,
You're
it does
running
look
at the
like
loud
Bandage
of 7
Gamers, they had 5 kills in both of their
spooky.
first 2 raids.
Oh,
So in
I'm
their
gonna
first
try
raid
that.
and their second raid, they got
That
5
boy got
kills. Now they have 5
suppressed,
kills
scary
total
gun. Oh,
in
there
their
goes my thumb.
last 3 raids. I mean,
Yeah,
when you're
don't
talking
push
about
him, Nani.
PMC kills, you go from having
There's
10
I see
in your
him.
first 2 raids to
Got
barely
one.
having
Oh,
5
no.
in the next 3. Does that, I mean, that continues for me. I keep thinking about this. Does that wear on their mentality, on their mental state?
You have attack 2 or no?
Kill him. No, I'm
Okay, I
prone.
can't see him.
Looks like we might have some action here with Snoozy.
Ah, fuck it. We run at those.
I don't know where.
I think you're right. I think
I'm
you're
not really
absolutely
sure
right,
about
Bunny.
that.
It certainly to me would have a psychological impact.
Like by the car.
You know,
like,
keeping that momentum is very important. When you start to lose that,
What's wrong with you? You
Oh,
great
Tsunami
kill.
getting ahead and picking that. Beautiful. Very nice.
Yeah, I don't know where he is, man.
There's rocks ahead. Like to,
At
our,
that
to the
flash?
left of our spawn. Yeah, flash.
Still engaged here.
Okay, I see.
Oh.
Yeah, throw a nade on him. Oh, I see him.
He's above me. Can you get him? I got him.
Oh,
Oh,
clutch.
You're goaded.
very clutch
Yeah,
there.
he's
Snazzy
I
just
think there's someone
hanging
like
out,
this way.
just, you know,
Yeah,
was
look.
trying to find anything,
yep.
but leaving it up to Tsunami to go ahead and finish that up.
Where?
Direction of violet spawn.
They are taking some more pot shots. Now, something I do want to point out here is it's Miller time. You've heard us say that they're unprepared 4 times, and you're asking if something happened that they're unprepared. It's not so much maybe that they're unprepared. I think that's not what we should be talking about. What we heard pregame from them was a lot of them talking about the strategy. Most players, when they are coming into the tournament, they have taken time. They have taken a week or 2 to decide exactly what maps and what order they're running, what their game plan is across the board. And when we tuned into them originally, these guys were just now talking about that. So when we say unprepared, that's usually what we're referring to as not having a set of a game plan. They might have had some kind of game plan, but realistically, you want something set in stone with contingencies, and we didn't really see that from them. So when we talk about that, that's what we're referring to.
You killed 3. We need 4 more.
I know it's asking for a lot, but I mean, like off the start, like you know.
Yeah, we can go. Well, we're still going middle factory, and then I don't know. I'm gonna run to the middle factory.
Yeah.
So these guys, they got in a very dicey fight there, but they've recovered very well. They're doing surgery. They're getting back to a point that they can push out and engage in another fight.
I can't loot my tags.
I'm just running around. I don't know if there is a guy, man.
No, there's a guy. He shot at us.
I'll cover you.
So they're trying to identify those pot shots that they were taking earlier, whether or not that's an actual threat.
Like, doing surgery in the middle of the open, and he didn't kill me. So, here, I'll stand in front of you.
What do you think, Bunny? Too much confidence?
Sacrifice my life.
I don't know. They like I'm a huge proponent of somebody playing bait. Trust me, I play bait a lot. That's one of my best aspects in Tarkov is to play bait for my teammate. But not in a tournament setting. So these guys just running around, jumping out in the open, it makes me nervous. Don't worry, Faison, that is fixed. We do have a correct value in there now. It does happen sometimes when the values are, you know, it's human error. It happens. It's all good to go, though.
800 mil? Damn near.
It happens.
That's a point.
What's the point? I don't see any shrimp items on.
1 point at a time.
Security vest?
Oh, yeah, check the vest.
Nah, it's a scat vest. Good comms, though.
And you can hear the battle mod in the comm saying, "Was that a security vest?" Like, hey, make sure you're checking for this stuff. Battle mods are amazing. They do a great job about keeping the players on track and helping them out. Let's get some love in the chat for our battle mods.
Duffel bag looting. Why won't it let me loot it?
You only buy the value stonks, Tarkov reporter. I'm with you. Value stonks to the moon.
Let's go.
I don't know. I thought I heard a scav yell.
Now, to me, this is an interesting decision to push into Sawmill on Woods. This is where all the action comes. This is where you get a lot of long-range shooting. It's a very dangerous part of the map to be in.
That's what I'm saying.
Just saying.
I am very worried
He's
about
gonna,
these
like,
guys.
Spawn in on me, like he did early wipe, dude.
Terrifying.
That boy plopped down in the sky.
Nice check for the violet there, Tsunami.
Yeah, that's close to me though. I might push that.
I'm gonna check my.
I'm gonna take a little gander.
Yeah.
Not
What? There's a.
Oh, and it cost him big time.
I'm
You're dead?
I'm dead.
Tsunami getting dropped inside. Yeah, way overconfident. Tsunami getting dropped by a player kind of, you know, checking out Sherman Shack over there.
Inside the cabin with 55A1. What the fuck?
I'm getting DVL'd now.
I was questioning their decision to push in, and clearly it did not work out well for them. And I think we're starting to see that overconfidence. Their pole position in the leaderboard. It's in a big risk now. Hyperblaze has been picking up momentum, and especially now that Snoozy's going to be down in extract.
Oh, going
Cleans it up,
ahead
though.
and Nami picking it up. Very clean, very nice. Oh, you're exactly right. I agree with you 100%, Spectre. Like everything. Oh.
I definitely should have killed that other guy first. I confirmed the kill though.
What do you think, buddy? He sacrificed 3 points to get 2 points.
It's a scat aggro.
Man, that entire raid made me so uncomfortable, and it was right. So we got Trip going ahead and picking up a kill over there. I believe he stated it was a scav. Looks like they're trying to find any of their items. Oh, looks like they went ahead and found a LEDX. I mean, can't go wrong with that.
Absolutely. It's a good find to get them a little more money to help them if they get behind in kits and they need to get some more items together.
Look at this, brats. Do you already have them?
Yep, we already have them.
Okay. Fucking GP coin, are you shitting me?
Is this Sanitar? It is Sanitar.
Ooh.
So we're engaged with Sanitar here. That's interesting.
Sanitar and one guard. There's one guard there.
Oh! Getting lit up from outside.
No, I'm good. I'm on third.
Good call there, Spectre. Yeah, it looks like he went ahead and Party Panda stated that he killed Sanitar and one guard, but one guard is still up.
I think one's by the dumpster now.
Now, I don't know about you, Bunny. For me personally, Sanitar is probably the last scab boss that I want to go heads up with. He's very hard to kill. He has enough meds to overcome any damage you put on him if you don't kill him. He was able to clean it up here pretty nicely, it seems, and start stacking up those scab boss and guard kills.
That's you, second East.
Yeah, Sanitar for me has never been a boss that I've had a difficult time killing unless he's at cottages. For me, it's always Gluhar has always been the bane of my existence when it comes to scav bosses. I had the worst time trying to kill him. But Sanitar, if he does get those drugs in him, it is an entirely different story.
Absolutely, and it does sound like they did find their aluminum splint. This is going to be a good 10 points for them to secure in this raid.
I really want them to get back together, though. I'm very worried about about them still being split up like this. I want them to be near each other so that way they can help. And here Trip stating that he got a player.
Streamer item, I guess. Nothing. All right.
Where are you?
So we are getting confirmation that Hyperblaze extracted from their last raid there, and they are 7 for 7 during the tournament.
Where's he at?
We'll get confirmation on what the record is for most extracts during
Clear to me, I'm at the front.
during a tournament.
I'm at the front on like at the landing. I'm not in the hallway at all.
Did you notice, buddy?
I think
He decided not to pick up a Bitcoin.
Now I don't hear anything.
He passed up one of the most valuable single slot items in the game in order to focus on getting these kills, and I think that's a very interesting thing to think about.
Or he's around the corner further.
Wait, where was the bit? I missed the Bitcoin.
Is that you right there?
My light.
What? I did not see this. That's dedication to the game.
Yeah, it's this.
Oh! Oh! Get oh!
Bandage.
Oh!
Barely surviving that fight.
Making me nervous here.
There's Senator.
Now, again, we're experiencing some delay in between these two streams. Makes it a little hard to follow up on, but we're hearing the audio. They did kill Sanitar just now. And is that a PMC they killed as well?
We'll get clarification. I'm not quite sure if that was a PMC. It may have been just kind of lurking around. The way he was moving, he definitely looked like a PMC. Trip just has all of the drugs. Like, why does Trip just... Every time we look at Trip, he is just full of drugs.
You know what? Got to get that response time up. Still engaged possibly with players here.
Come on, buddy, have something for me.
Gangsta, that is exactly correct. Only time you replace an ETG for an ALU splint in your Kappa. That's very true. Is during this tournament.
I love how every time I shoot Sanitar, he doesn't fucking die. I think Scav's supposed to admin the Scav bosses.
Yeah, again, going back to the decision to pass up on the Bitcoin, I mean, I certainly would not have made that decision. I would have taken that easy loot. I think that speaks volumes to their focus and their dedication to stay on task.
Yeah, you're very correct here. Oh, there's Sanitar. I thought he had already got Sanitar, but Sanitar is still up.
Dude, I fucking hate Sanitar. He's literally the worst Scav boss.
Maybe the drugs are playing an effect here. He's seeing multiple Sanitars.
Now that is funny that you say that, but there was a bug. I've seen a few clips where Gingy, she ran into 2 kills on interchange.
I think after this we bounced.
Wow, I did not
They
know
were
that.
on top of each other. Yeah, they were on top of each other, and she had dropped one, and there was another one standing in his same spot.
Oh, are you still in West?
Yep.
Can you check 216 real quick? Someone said there might have been Mayo behind the check-in.
All right, guys, we are moving up into that halfway point here. It looks like Team Snoozy is on track for the highest total score. If they can keep this momentum going, they are the ones that are to watch now. They could possibly go ahead and take that. Now, chat, something else coming up while we have a moment, and these guys are all just searching, hopefully before we get into any crazy action that I do want to bring to your attention. Tomorrow, if you are in EU and you are enjoying this, tomorrow applications will be opening for you to sign up for the Duo tournament. So any of our EU viewers that may still be awake that are in the stream right now, if you do want to get into the Duo action, stay tuned to the evasion_GG on Twitter and check the evasion.gg website tomorrow for all of that information on the EU Duo tournament. I'm excited to see what EU brings.
Absolutely, absolutely. There are a lot of not only really good content creator, but really, really good members of the Tarkov community in the EU. There's a potential to have an excellent, excellent crop for this coming EU tournament.
Mm-hmm. And it will be a lot of new faces also, because a lot of the competitors, one of the rules this time around for this season of the Evasion Tournament was if you were a part of the solos, you could not be part of the duos. So that's why we are seeing so many great competitors in across the board and really opening it up. So I'm excited to see a lot of new people in the duos that we haven't seen compete. All right, we're gonna switch over here to Hyper Blaze. They are over in the reserve area. They are just they're playing their game now. You can see them shift Wing. This seems a little bit more what we expect from these two players.
So we see Hyper Rat trying to find this MCV right now, the military circuit board. He's checking all the military technology loot spawns. Both these guys seem very comfortable, very confident.
Do we have clarification? I don't know if we can get this information from their battle mod to maybe talk to them once they're out of the raid. Do both of these players have max endurance and max stam and max, like, have they maxed most of their skills out? Something I'm curious about.
I believe these are both level 69 players, correct? If I'm not mistaken, I mean these are guys that have a lot of time in Tarkov. I would be surprised if they didn't. They certainly. So checking the possible camp spot with the grenade launcher. Good move there.
I like it. You know what? I don't like the grenade launcher at all in this game, but the one thing I will say that I'm okay with the grenade launcher for is clearing out extract campers.
Very good point. I have to agree with you there.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that, buddy. And thank you to everybody in chat that was pointed out. Yeah, they are level 69. I would assume that they both do. But you never know. I just always like to double check.
I'll check safe and see if we can do something.
Raiders count as extra points, right?
No, they're the same as scavs.
So we got the battle mod clarifying how the score works for the tournament. So that is a good point. I mean, you do have not only regular raiders on this map, you also have Gluhar's bodyguards, and that can be a hard distinction to make.
Playing this very smart. They want those extra 10 points for extracting together, so they are making sure they are clearing every single camp spot that these players could, that people could be camping. Wait. Are they opening the door and running back to go check for more points? Oh, no, he's going to go get a filter.
Gotta get that loot.
I can't with these people and these filters today, chat. What, like, like, I can't. Can I get everybody's loot goblins emotes in chat at the moment, please? It's the noise, yeah. They are 8 for 8 on extract.
We good?
So I'm noticing on Blaze, we didn't see any PMC kills there. What do you think about that?
That's interesting for them not to get. Like, Reserve is one of those maps that you are going to either get a lot of PMC kills or you're going to get none. So I don't know how I feel about Reserve being in the rotation for their point pickup. I feel like maybe they should go with something that they're a little bit more comfortable with. But the problem is with like labs or something, you always have the possibility of you know, special gamers there.
Let me pick up like your armor and gun maybe.
So I don't know. I guess it's just whatever they're comfortable with.
No, I took it out and put it in there because it's worth
So it looks like we're exchanging gear for experience points here. So maybe they had a quiet raid and they're gonna try and extract. They're gonna try and extract at the rock passage.
It does look like they are headed for that rock passage, trying to pick up that sniper kill using the PKO6. Now, I will say this: I might be one of the only people in that play Escape for Tarkov. I hate the PKO6.
Dude,
I hate it. I
really?
hate that sight.
Dude,
I hate it. I've always hated it.
I'm very surprised. That would be one of my top 2 picks probably for a compact red dot.
Don't look at him. Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
No, everybody. When they added the accuracy debuff to that site, back about I think it was 3 wipes ago, at the beginning of 3 wipes ago, 2 wipes ago, they had added an accuracy debuff to that site, and I loved it. I was like, nobody's ever going to use this. I don't have to see this stupid site anymore. Then everybody complained about it, so they removed it, and it was back. And now that site is like 90K on the flea market. I'm like, guys, there are better sites. Stop running
That
it.
was my 7th PMC kill.
No.
What? Come on, he's a PMC.
So it looks like we're looking at 6 PMC, wow, PMC kills for Stonks in this one raid. If they pick up one more, that is a quest completion. That's 25 extra points, which they could definitely use right now because they are falling up behind.
I killed 2 of the guards. I gotta reload.
2 guards down.
Killed another guard.
So not only do we have the potential to knock out the 7 PMCs in one raid, but we're stacking up Scav Boss and guard kills. So this could potentially turn out to push them into a 50-point swing, which would certainly not only bring them back in the running, but possibly position them to maybe even take the lead at this point.
Let's run old gas, new gas.
Very good call. That's exactly right.
I'm gonna go check old gas, and then we'll meet at new gas. Okay. That's huge, because that's 5 points.
So, Bunny, we're talking about they've got 6 out of the 7 kills. How long do you think you would stay in this raid to hunt that last PMC kill, as opposed to getting out and resetting?
Realistically, for me, it comes down to how long have I been in this raid already. Because that is what's going to determine it. Like, I have to be aware of the time, but it's one of those situations where it's like, look, that's 25 points. That's huge. We need one more PMC, but it is customs. I need to understand the actual pathing that most players are going to take. I would push. I don't know. Like, the more I'm thinking about it, 25 points is huge. And if they know, if they've asked their bottom mod about their standing and they know, I would really push for it.
That seems to be the choice that they're making here. They seem to be hunting pretty frantically. Also, maybe keeping an eye out for those quest items they need, but trying to hunt down this last player for the 7th kill.
Yeah, and customs is one of the harder ones to do this on. I believe it's 13 PMCs in total can launch into this map. You remove 2 of those slots, so that leaves 11. You've already killed 7, so you're looking for 2 more PMCs to 2 to 5, 4 more PMCs possibly. It becomes very difficult because you don't know if they've ratted, you don't know if they're having connection issues, you don't know what's going on. Man. I don't know. It's a really hard call, and I'm glad I don't have to make it.
Very good point. Very good point. It is a big gamble here because they are trailing significantly from the other teams here. It seems like they're trying to put their chips all in one basket and make that big swing instead of getting out of raid, resetting, and taking a more quick approach to the points.
Mm-hmm. Now here's the other thing is, if you've killed a bunch of PMCs on the other side and you realistically know that there's a bunch of PMCs dead over there, right? Do you then start to go back because you know that the PMCs from this side have to continue to push past you and may have already snuck past you? Do you go back the other way, Spectre? What do you think?
Ooh, that's a tough question. Customs is a very divided map. Even with the expansion, most of your action takes place on, you know, just a handful of places, and there's a big, as opposed to other maps that have multiple spread out extractions, you're basically on one edge of the map or the other to get out of custom. So it does push those players very hard to the outside edges of the map. So I don't know what my choice would be. They do seem to be pushing out now, though.
Yep, they have decided to leave. But yeah, like you were saying, I mean, this is the most asymmetrical map, I think, of all of the maps that we have on Tarkov. There's side A, there's side B, and then everybody meets in the middle.
I just definitely need to see this go.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got 5 PMCs and 8 scavs.
Lots of scav kills, lots of single points collected there.
They count a point apiece.
Only if you get
Oh, 6 PMCs. They were so close.
Like scav, but
Okay, because I got the 2 and then Rashala.
yeah.
Alright, I'm good.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, that's still a good raid. We got 6 kills plus the dog tags, and we got 5 Rashala guards, Rashala and his guards towards the 15 that we need.
What a great show.
What, probably an hour and a half left, I think.
I just wanted to say real quick, I noticed that Hyperblaze and Snoozy are almost neck and neck now in the top position. They're almost tied for the lead, and I think we're seeing Hyperblaze start to, again, pick up that momentum.
Come on, second. Yeah, they're both sides.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and tune into them.
Outside fire.
They're on a map that I've seen Blazed run quite a lot. Oh, bad grenade coming back at you.
Pushing up midstairs. There was one behind, right? Like between me and you.
Oh!
Wow.
He ran right past the guy. Whoa!
Ooh, pulling out the GL here.
Oh.
Might have got him.
Wow.
Oh.
Exceptional teamwork here.
Nice.
Approaching from 2 different angles on either staircase. Amazing play there by Blaze, pushing past the guy and then coming back and still putting him down.
Oh, man.
Oh, I think Blazed already.
Really did worry me like that. You're right. It was a great push, because what happened was they were split by 2 players, and Hyper Rat would have been sandwiched. But luckily, Blaze came from the outside, forced the one that was on the back wall, or towards the 3-story stairwell, to have to worry about him, and it gave Hyper Rat the ability to move in.
Did you grab your tags off that 2nd floor guy?
Yeah, I believe so. I'll double check.
I got mine, yeah.
First here.
Car's here.
Yeah.
One thing that continues to impress me about these 2 guys is how calm and confident they are throughout this entire event. They're very soft-spoken. They're focused. They're not stressing. They're in their comfort zone right now.
Mm-hmm. I like this. They're going ahead and paying for car extract. They're going to go through the weird windows that don't break. There are a few of them on the customs area, and they're just going to wait for the car extract. Go ahead and get out, reset, do it again. This is a really good game plan from them, and we can see how it's working out for them. I mean, they have called up. You realize that they are 5 points behind the leader.
Yeah, absolutely. That momentum continues to pick up. They started very, very slowly, and it seems like ever since that beginning, they've just slowly built that momentum, and they're continuing to build that momentum. I think Hyperblaze is the one to keep an eye out on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think my GL
Yep.
hit the lights.
And then, what's going on, Miss Lizard? How are you? There is our NA solo champion in the chat. Everybody say hello to the Miss Lizard. Great Tarkov player.
GG's, boys.
So this is going to push them into 9 straight extractions. Still no deaths in this team, correct?
I have 1 kill, Jill.
That is, yeah.
All right, 3 PMCs,
Oh,
no
man.
tags, no scavs. That raid netted you 35 plus the Veritas.
That
and
gave them the lead.
Sprats, so 55.
And the diary.
Yeah.
Wow, Hyperblaze starting very slow, starting in the back of the pack, and they have now taken over the lead. Bandage Gamers, once again, starting to slip. They had a very strong start in the beginning, and they don't seem to be able to maintain that momentum to keep them in the front.
So it does look like we are coming into the middle of the raid. They have 2 PMCs, 1 scav so far. Let's see what they can continue to do during this raid. Now, something I do want to point out about Bandage Gamers here, Spectre, is that Bandage Gamers and Snoozies, they continue to swap leadership in most PMC kills with 21 and 22. Panda is taking shots from over here at Fortress.
Seems like some good teamwork here. Trip holding the Overwatch.
Oh.
100% attack 2 bag, LZSH helmet.
So we're listening in on Panda. Now, this is something interesting. So Trip is stating that 100% knows that there's an attack 2 backpack in there. He knows that there's a player. All Parody Panda is running into right now is Scav. So we'll see what happens and how this unfolds.
I don't think we have old guys, do we?
I don't know, but it's open. I'm just saying. I saw the smoke.
Guy shot at me. Oh, there he is.
Now, what do you think about the decision to separate here? They seem to be pretty heavily engaged, and they're getting a lot of distance between them.
Oh, I'm out of ammo.
Oh, that is 100% a PMC. If Trip can give Party Panda the Overwatch that Party Panda needs, I think it's okay. But oh no, Panda goes down. Oh,
That's gonna hurt him. That's gonna hurt him big time. Not getting this extraction.
Trip is picking up a few more scav kills over here at Old Gas. This is where it's going to really start to come into play. We are almost 2 hours through the tournament. This is where mental fortitude is really going to start, especially once they've had a couple of bad runs like this. They can still turn this around. I do have to say, like after that last raid, Banana Stonks slamming with a huge raid. They got 63 points in that last raid, Spectre.
Huge swing for them. We'll see if it's going to be enough to push them back into the pack. These teams tonight all these scores are impressive. We're almost at 300 points with Snoozy, and we still have an hour left to go. This is, I think, an unprecedented scoreboard for this tournament.
Mm-hmm. I think this is one of the. You're exactly right, Spectre. I think this is one of the strongest showings that oh wow.
Bandage Gamers taking the quick extract.
He's along the wall.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look over here at Snoozy.
Here, you see my flashlight in this guy? He's right here.
Killed one.
He's lit the beacon of Gondor, trying to give his team the information of where to find them.
There's one more. He's Timmy. Go find for another kill.
Okay.
I guess that's the closest we can get to like pinging in Call of Duty is using a flashlight to point them out.
You hear the confidence here.
Oh, I need help. I'm here.
Ooh.
Just don't die.
He's under the stairs. Under the stairs.
Under the stairs? Okay, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Oh, very smooth.
Excellent kill.
So now that counts, like, even if we die now, right?
Was that a 7th kill?
The tags on me. Level 3, I'm sorry, friend.
Hey, no, he
Don't
was
be
level
sorry.
three.
Welcome to Tarkov. Level 3 or not, welcome to Tarkov. You learn the hard way.
Then we try to leave because I don't think any other.
Yeah, look for the chainlet. And then
Yeah,
that's it.
or maybe we even just go for the other spot, you know.
We'll get confirmation, but they think that was their 7th kill. If that's their 7th kill, that's a huge bonus for that team, for this team. This really pushes Snoozy out in the front if they did get all 7 PMCs in this raid. We'll find out soon.
Wait, what?
I4. I didn't take the other one.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to take the casing.
You made my heart stop for a second.
I got no limbs.
There it goes.
I got a.
What
I got
a
no stomach.
huge
Wow.
wow.
Oh, do you need your
7
oh,
PMCs
I got
for
the serve,
Team Snoozy.
Nah, fuck the serve. Let's go.
We'll pick it up. Fuck it.
What a huge lead they just picked up here, pushing themselves
Here.
almost 40 points, right about 40 points ahead of the next team. That's a huge lead here. They're at 339 with an hour left to go. They're already starting to get into the territory of what a team gets for their entire tournament night, and they still got an hour left to go.
They still, that's exactly right. There's still an hour left to go. What were we looking at? So let's look at some of our old contenders and where they got in the duo battles. The highest score so far ever was in the semifinals, but by Sheaf and Adam Pug with 470. The next highest was Bake Easy and Robin with 455, and that was champions. And then I believe it was I Langston and Sick Degenerate with 427. I mean, Snoozy is on task, like they're on pace to blow some of these out of the water. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen here.
Absolutely. I mean, if they keep this pace up, they could potentially break 500 points.
Wait, I heard someone in here.
And that would be absolutely insane. To beat the all-time high score by 30 points. I think we have the potential to see it tonight.
10 points versus surviving. Yeah. I'm dropping my bag in here. It's so fucking.
I think that's a really good decision. Talking about extracting together, getting those 10 points, getting back in.
And once again, we hear the amazing battle mods doing their job, saying, "Hey, you know, 10 points versus 5 isn't worth it." And you know, that's the battle mods do a great job about just not telling them what to do ever, but just explaining to them, "Hey, 10 points versus 5. What do you guys want to do?"
This has been looted.
And Snoozy, and I'm a little worried because Nami over here doesn't, or I'm sorry, Snazzy does not have a full body. Snazzy is missing quite a few limbs.
Saj.
That's a very good point. An interesting decision to spend all this time in raid looking for items instead of just pushing the extract, getting out, resetting. Kind of a brazen move by them.
We have both of the
Very much so. Dark Hysteria, thank you for that gifted sub. And welcome, Bitter End to the Evasion family. Welcome.
If we get it, because we're at 8 now, right? How many is Gluhar?
Don't need those limbs; they add weight.
Tossing nades, that might hurt someone. I got no stand.
I'm at extract now.
Oh wait, did you not come to ZB whatever?
So they are sitting at 8
I'm at the other
boss
one.
guards right now. So they are in the discussion. Do they try to go ahead and pick up the other 7 to finish that up?
I'm extracting right now.
Yeah, I'm about to get it.
Good call. Good call to go ahead and extract.
That's the
nice,
7.
boys.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that is correct, Brian. As always, a good balance of team extracts, bonus items, and kills is the deciding factor to victory in duos. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and go over to Bandage Gamers here. They are on reserve. 23 PMC kills is nothing to scoff at. They are putting on a clinic. They are showing a amazing fortitude. And realistically, if they had more tags, they would be very close to Hyperblaze. Where as of right now, Hyperblaze is a little bit ahead of them.
Tower in far corner.
Oh, good kill by Party Panda. Going ahead and picking up a kill over there by those sandbags.
They're already getting shot at.
Oh, is that Scat Boss? That's Gluhar.
Looks like it's Gluhar. Tanking all the rounds.
Trip didn't accidentally load his gun with 8.55, did he? Can I get clarification from the battle mod?
maybe rubber bullets.
They're pushing me in the dip. I'm not trying to get killed right here, but I need to.
Oh! Already got pushed!
Their decision to push the bodyguards. Not looking good at this point. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be worth their time to try and collect those 15 Scav Boss guard kills?
I mean, okay, realistically, like, what's the number of Scav Boss guards for Gluhar? So if they picked up Gluhar and all of his guards, it's what, 7?
I believe so.
So if they got, yeah, well, we'll have to see what gets counted. But if you realistically think you can get all 7, plus they have 4 going into this, that puts them at 11. So then they only need 4 more. I think they do it. I think they go for it. I think he tries to get all of them right now. He grabs, checks these. I think he should. I think he should check this and then grenade himself and get out. Yeah, 7 altogether, exactly. 6 guards and then Gluhar. That's what I thought. It's 7 altogether. So if they got all of them plus the 4 that they already had, that puts them into a great spot to get those 25 bonus points.
I don't think it spawns in medical at all, does it? TN, that shit only spawns in the rations. Got the beans.
So let's go ahead and listen in, see what they're going to decide to do, see what Tripp's decision is. Does he go ahead and grenade himself? He's going to hit a few more of these crates just to try to find the streamer items. It looks like he did get Lupo's beans. Take that wrench. Oh, he can't, because if he dies, it's not found in raid. He's leaving the, what is it, 400k wrench behind at the moment, if there's still that much. I haven't checked him in a while. Yep. Fluffy out here, loot goblin. I am. All right, let's go ahead and check out Banana Stonks over here. They are at dorms. Getting extremely aggressive, trying to... Oh!
I'm dead.
Good. Oh, no!
Kigo
Kigo goes down! Oh!
He can grab the tag
And putting on a show with his dangling body.
Yeah.
Did they trade?
Looks like they traded.
Try to loot the fucking safes. Fuck me.
Oh, unlucky for Kigu.
Guy fucking was just laying there. He scared the shit out of me.
Does it have to be Gamud? It has to be Gamud, right?
Yeah.
Does it have to be Gamud? It has to be Gamud, right?
Yeah.
So Subi.
God.
It goes into your suitcase.
Ooh, looks like Subi's trying to clean up this fight.
Got it.
And possibly secure one of the quest items.
I would try to go loot the safes first before fighting that guy.
There's so many people here.
Yeah, unfortunately, Subi is in trouble here. He has people all around him. Oh.
Not a situation you want to be in. Dorms is a very, very dicey place to be. They can come from all angles. He seems to be handling it pretty well, but definitely a stressful situation.
It is.
What would
You
your
were
move be
correct
here?
about that. Oh, smart call. He's waiting. The door just opened. He's getting pushed. Good push. Now he's got to wait for the other guy to his left. He needs to pop some kind of painkiller to be able to walk. He's going to hopefully... Good call right there. Oh, no!
Oh,
he's still alive! He's still
oh
alive!
my goodness!
He's still alive! Chat, get some hype
What a
right now
play!
from Zuby!
What a play!
I don't know how I'm not
Guys,
dead
right now, what?
I killed that guy.
Mid heal, got pushed,
I killed them both.
survived it, and still got the kill.
Guys, wow. Get some hype right there. That was
What
amazing.
a showing by
Holy
Subi.
fuck.
I want a heartbeat monitor on Subi right now to see where his heart rate is at after that. All part of the plan, he's saying.
We got
200 IQ play right there, for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, we chilling.
Go check the safes quick and just try to grab quick. You gotta go fast. No, don't serve or nothing.
Don't
Just go
serve
try to
nothing?
loot the safes. No, just try to go loot the safes. If you don't get nothing, just F them yourself. Quick.
Oh my
You gotta
gosh.
hit both those safes.
You know these two players, especially that last one, are just, they're breaking their keyboard at this point. He pushed straight into Subaru.
Easy.
There was a summit smash happening right there in that person's stream, or in that person's house. He punched his monitor. Thank you, Garlum. Yes. Helmets save lives.
All right,
We have
I'm
talked
rich.
about it. Oh, there you go. Pick up that roller.
Nice chunk of chains there. You know, again, the age-old question, helmet or no helmet. It saved his life there for sure.
Either way, I gotta name
Yeah,
myself.
he would have been dead if that helmet hadn't taken those bullets.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about what the other player was running in his gun.
That's a big consideration for those of you who are a little more new to Tarkov. Ammo choice is critical. Ammo choice is critical. It's as you just saw, it can be the difference between life and death.
Oh, check that out. Picking up a diary.
Now, does the book count as the diary? Is he gonna get that for the quest?
Diary, come on.
Oh, that's the book. I'm sorry. It's not the diary. I'm sorry. That's the Dobby book. But it is a, it's not a streamer item either. Never mind. It's just Dobby's book, chat. That's all.
I'm wondering if Subi's confused on that point as well, like we were. Does he think it's a quest item here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck, I went right. I'm trolling. I don't have it. Fuck this place.
The book is a streamer item. Okay. Subi going to go ahead and taking that F1 extract yet again. Good call.
Should have brought that key.
What is going on? Epic Failure Dave, thank you for the 10 months of support, Dave. How are you doing, buddy? What is happening? Always great to see you.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right, so we're within the final hour of the competition now tonight.
Let's go kill those guys. Yeah.
Banana Stonks is really starting to close that gap on, to third place. Bandage Gamers, I'm very worried about them. They have slowed down after that first 30-40 minutes, and they just have not been able to get that traction going back again.
Hope it doesn't die to the scout.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, Spectre, them missing all of those extracts and they've slowed down on their PMC kills. Do you think in this last hour that they can turn that around?
I don't know. I would have to see a better look at their scoreboard right now. They've definitely got a lot of ground to cover. Snoozy is not wanting to relinquish their lead. Hyperblaze is pushing hard, but Snoozy with 357 points right now. Super strong showing.
So we are getting confirmation that Hyperblaze did have their first death
I'm not sure though.
last raid. So they have finally died. The guys that have been alive this entire time are not inhuman, so they have died. And I want to say, Poe the Tato, thank you so much for that gifted sub, and welcome. Guys, we need one more person. Hey, you guys are amazing. You guys are supporting, and I hope that we are putting on a great show for you and you're enjoying it. And if you are enjoying this and you want to be a part of it and you think that you're better than these guys and you're in the EU, make sure you go over to the Evasion Twitter, because there will be more information about that sign up starting tomorrow. Hey, Bells, coming in with the 5 gifted subs.
I could be here and shit.
Hey, Bells, thank you for the support.
Nor the dead guy right here.
Grab the tag.
He died by enemy.
Grabbing the tag. Good stuff from these guys.
Oh, there's this guy in there. Yeah, he got anything. Good tag. He had a shroud mask. Is it found in raid? No. Does it matter?
It has to be found in raid.
Okay.
Good clarification.
Does have to be
on the
found in
scoring
raid.
system.
I mean, we could cut power on and.
Spectre, let me ask you this, because I am curious. What would you do here in the last hour? What would you and we'll say your theoretical teammate, we'll say Amazon, okay? So you two are in this tournament. What would your game plan be?
If we trade, does it count? Like, is me and Hyper got each other?
Being in the position of Hyperblaze right now, they've got a little bit of ground to cover, but they're still in a really good position to take the lead. I think my approach would probably be, I imagine, similar to what Hyperblaze is doing right now, getting into customs and running a lot of customs rates over and over to try and rack up PMC kills. We can rack up boss kills, and I'm not sure what quest items we have left for these guys yet, but there's a lot of opportunity to get points in a quick way and get out and recycle in customs. That is probably the approach that I would take.
So let me, because you said something here, and it's something that I think a lot of people forget about, especially as they get further into the wipes. Customs really is the best all-around map, if you think about it. It does have a little bit of everything on it. Wouldn't you agree?
I would definitely agree. It's it's always been my staple for a map. There's a lot there are a lot of high action points. Like I said, you can have bosses on this map. You can have intense PvP matches, and it's kind of the OG map. And I think we're seeing Hyperblaze run a customs reserve rotation now, which is interesting. You got the OG map and you got the new map, and both these maps have high potential for scav bosses.
Let's take them out real quick.
Yeah. It's a very interesting stat that we're getting right now, that they're running two of the they're running reserve and they're running customs, and both of these maps, I mean, reserve has the possibility of 7 6 guards and a boss, so 7 there, and then they're running customs, which is the scav boss and 4 guards. So easily you would think that they would pick up something, and they have none. Do you think they still continue to do this? Do you think they keep going back, customs reserve, custom reserves, or would you remove the reserves map for something else?
You guys are at 5 right now.
No, I think reserve is a good map to run. It's both of these maps. For this application, I think their strong point is you can get in and out quickly. You have on reserve probably the quickest extraction method. With that Red Rebel extract, you can hit D2. So I think that's a good choice, regardless of whether or not they get any scav boss kills. They can get in and out quickly and recycle those raids, and I think that's a good strategy. Getting fresh PMCs on the map, try and get those PMC kills stacked up.
Now, something I'm finding a little bit funny as we watch these competitors today. HyperRat has exclusively, for the most part, if I'm not mistaken, besides like 1 or 2 raids, has ran the SA-58. I think on Woods he had an MDR, which is his favorite gun with the Voodoo, is the MDR with the Voodoo. But he's run this SA-58 quite a lot, and he has loved having that GL as a backup. Do you think that's been beneficial to him, or do you think he should have maybe, I'm putting this out here, and then I think about it, and this team's only died once.
Yeah, I mean, again, these are two
Yeah, three.
phenomenal players, very,
Blaze,
very
you good?
skillful Tarkov players, and it
And
shows. I
3 and
mean,
4, you're good.
the GL is not something you take into a raid lightheartedly. It's very expensive. It's very expensive to fire with the ammunition costs, and it kind of, I think, shows to his confidence that he can keep taking this into raid, and it is a very strong.
He's dead.
Oh, Banana Stocks Kigo's going ahead and picking up a kill on a PMC there.
Right to him. I think the compass might be hacking. I'm gonna be honest. All right, come on. We gotta go this way. Oh, we got the special.
What was he saying about the compass?
The compass was pointing right at him. He thinks he might be hacking. Team Snoozy, from what I am getting right now, just killed their 30th PMC.
Yeah, I don't hear no trigger finger kick W now, huh? Yes, sir. I've been practicing off stream. I've been doing that clicker simulator thing.
33
You know what I'm talking about?
is what we're being told. 33. That is what we'll get confirmation about the stats here. But what is the most PMCs that have been killed in a duo's battle so far? What's the highest number of PMCs? Because I feel like these guys are on track to break that record if they keep going this way.
Well, you know.
Surely they have to be close. I mean, that's an enormous amount of kills.
51 is 51 the highest? Thank you guys. 51. These guys still got 47 minutes. They can close that gap. It may be possible. 51 is a huge number, though. I did not realize it was that high.
The scavs are gonna have the security rigs. Wait, what's our extract?
Hey, you didn't kill him.
No, I know. Go to the sawmill. Go to the sawmill.
Sawmill?
Yeah, I'm gonna go kill this scav and see if he had a rig on him.
So Banana
How do you feel about
still
this?
looking for that security rig, trying to get those items, boost their score here a little bit. I'm sorry, what were you saying, buddy?
No, I was going to ask you, how do you feel about this map, Woods, especially with the expansion? Have you had the opportunity to play it, Spectre, or is this something you've stayed, like, are you one of the players that stays away from this map?
Honestly, I'm not a big fan of it since the update. The expansion doesn't feel good to me, and I personally had a very late start to this wipe. So when I came into the Woods expansion, I was kind of deaf and dumb coming into it late wipe. I found all of the booby traps you can find on the map. I found the sniper bridge. I found the minefields. I could have wrote the map on where not to go on Woods, so a little bit of a bitter point there for me. I personally don't. If I'll run Woods, I try and get to the OG Woods as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, for me, my biggest issue for it that I found was Tarkov Shooter Part 8. Because the map has become so large, and trying to find PMCs seems to be the difficult aspect of this map. And like, don't get me wrong, as the wipe has progressed and we got the tasks to kill Sturman, you can find a lot of PMCs in the middle, but it's still very scarce sometimes.
Absolutely. I mean, that quest has to be one of the most difficult quests to achieve. There's so much luck that goes into it. I mean, getting 3 PMC kills on Woods is a feat, an absolute feat. And with the new expansion and the map size growing significantly, like you said, it's an extremely difficult quest to achieve now.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where, for me, I think it's a luck of going ahead. Oh no, Kigo going down.
He's by the little shack where those scavs spawn.
PMC over by Scope Shack, it looks like. Dropped very quickly. I did not even see a muzzle flash from the guy that killed him.
To be honest, I don't have money for him either, though. Anyway, so I don't have money for him. He was like to the
Still
left
getting 1 PMC there. Ooh. Subi going ahead and getting lit up just a little bit over there. You got one underneath the tree to the right.
Yep.
Got him.
Oh, very nice pickup to clean up both of those. Going ahead and popping that med. Going ahead and getting that propofol going.
All right, so you're
And guys,
tagging out,
also
right?
we got up right now. We got a poll going on right now in the chat. Make sure you guys do that. Do you guys like Woods more now with the expansion, or do you guys miss the old Woods without the expansion? We want to hear from you. Go ahead and tell us in that poll what you think.
That's a really good question. I like that.
All right.
You know, and I'll say this, Spectre. I like the expansion. I just wish there were more PMCs on the map. I wish they increased the PMC limit on the map for more PMCs.
I would absolutely agree with you. I think you're dead on there. It's, you know, there's a lot of interesting new points to the map.
I don't see
It
anything.
takes an already big map and makes it even bigger. And it gives you the opportunity for some really long range shooting. But like you said, it's just too scarce. There's too much dead space in the raid in Woods now. I think you're dead on with.
All right.
Oh, bailing on the F1 extract.
We're getting so unlucky.
Oh, decided not to do it.
Yeah, I know. I've only seen I think I killed one that raid.
Yeah.
So we are getting word that Hyperblaze did just go down in reserve when they were on track to catch Team Snoozy. They were closing it up a lot.
That shit's fucking down. You know what I'm saying? I'm dropping that pin.
That's huge.
pretty much the
That's
same
huge.
shit
They had
to
the
run that
opportunity to
track.
close that gap. That's something that they've been working for
Unlucky.
for
All right,
probably the past 30 minutes to try and close that gap. And
I don't know, man. We might have to just switch
you
it
know,
up. Switch it up.
Right here. I dropped you.
Oh yeah.
Greg, thank you so much for the gifted subs. We appreciate that more than you know. Thank you guys so much for all of the support today here at Evasion. This fog is horrible.
Too many things happening.
Wow.
No, man. It's hard to keep track.
It does look like Woods is having a forest fire. Somebody needs to call Smokey the Bear.
Yes. The rig, we can't just like kappa neither. We gotta actually bring that out.
Dude, that'd be cracked. Imagine you could put a rig.
I don't.
So-
So wait, who was
You
it
can
that
put a
said in
slick
the
in a
chat?
gamma, but
I
you
do
can't
want to
put
know
it in
who
a
said
kappa.
that. Why
I
isn't there an
seen
option to
Spook bring
burn
out
Woods? I
5
believe
slicks
that
out
it
of
is
laptop.
on fire
It
now.
blew my brain now. Like I was so impressed.
Bunny, do you think the fog is going to
Blew my
play to their
mind. Oh, yeah, okay,
advantage,
yeah.
or is
I was
it going to
confused.
inhibit
Like,
them in trying
promise to
to
get out of the game
complete their
5
objectives and
times,
get
or-
kills here?
No, like he
You
can put a slick in a
I
gamma.
mean, if it doesn't clear, they're not going to be able to see anything, no matter what site they're using, because it's just going to be fog. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is a hard one because I personally am like I've said, I'm not a huge fan of Woods. I've never liked it. I think the expansion makes it a lot better, but that fog is just going to make it extremely difficult. This is one of the few times that like you're kind of glad of the fog, but then like if somebody's using a thermal, you're at a huge disadvantage.
It has to be like. There's this sketch one that I can do. Oh, kill that scout.
Scout? Does not have the rig. Sedge. Sugar in his backpack.
Oh, just better. Alright, we'll pause because that's actually good.
I got it, yeah.
Gamma.
What are the odds, man?
I know, right?
A half-used sugar. 54 out of 70.
So Snoozy did find a sugar there. That's going to be big for them. They
Now we
checked
just
another
go
one of
kill
those
scouts,
items off the
just run
list.
factory, go kill players. Get off of Woods, bro.
So it seems like
That's
their
so
decision to come to Woods was largely based on finding that sugar. And now maybe they have a little bit more flexibility to go somewhere they're more comfortable with.
I might go to Spine because I know Scout spawn there.
I wouldn't have thought about coming specifically to Woods for sugar, but it works. I get it. That it's a smart call, or at least coming to that spot for Woods, as that's one of their items. So
definitely I don't know. You're putting a lot of time in a very large map to try and find one item. It's an interesting decision, but it looks like it paid off for them.
Yeah, and you got to remember that because it's specifically on woods that they needed sugar and they needed the security rig. Did they already have the security rig to force themselves to try to get that sugar off of that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Discuss what can give you extra points afterwards.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision for sure. We do see on the scoreboard here they have 12 of the items, so they are racking up these items. So maybe we have a scav boss here.
I'm hearing people.
Now it did look like it was very hit or miss on the woods. Like some people really did like it, other people are not really for it. What was can I get clarification on what the actual good kill right there. Can I get confirmation on what the final percentage was for the woods? Oh,
Dude, I feel like I'm a bot.
going ahead and picking up another
I
scav
don't know.
by spine.
Weird, bro.
No, I'm just like Pepega.
Is that even?
Inspector, speaking of that, have you noticed the difference in the movement of the scavs since you've come back to playing?
Oh, absolutely. Especially before this most recent patch, during the beginning of this last wipe, I had a very difficult time, and I did have a couple months, a few months actually, of a break from Tarkov where I didn't get to play, but we're taking some shots here.
Where's that scav? Who's this shooting the most?
Scavs at the red.
Yeah, scavs have been very punishing this patch, this wipe.
Did I just see something running at the car? At your car?
I don't know. I'm moving in the, or I'm not moving in the factory. Shoot anything you like.
Yep. So 83% of players think that Woods is better now, Spectre. Versus 17 that does not like it. I mean, I have to agree with the 83%. I do. 83% is huge. Like, it is a better map. I just think that we need more PMCs on it. That's my only complaint with this. Trying to find PMCs, especially for the 3 bolt action kills and 1 raid task, makes it super difficult.
Oh, he's cracked out of his mind.
So this is Sanitar that, or I'm sorry, Sturman that they're looting right now. So they did kill Sturman.
This is a PM. No, this is
last guard. Yeah, and that would put us to 11, right? And then we could get a Rashala wipe on customs, and that would push us.
Ooh, listen to that comms right there, Spectre, saying, "Hey, this puts us at 11. If we can get that Rashala wipe on customs." You know, they're just playing the maps that they want to play. They have no rotation. They have no, like, where we have Hyperblaze that's going back and forth between customs reserve. These guys are all over the place in their map selections. They're not doing anything specific. Do you think this is working out for them? I mean, obviously they're in the lead, but do you think that they might be further ahead if they had just chosen 2 maps to stick to?
Oh yeah, that is a garden. Okay. Wait, so you?
I don't know. They did get the sugar. That was a pretty big swing. They're stacking their boss kills now. I mean, if they complete that boss kill quest, that 25 points is gonna be a huge hurdle for Hyperblaze to try and close in on them.
Normally you run into like 10 of them on the way to extract.
Yeah, I mean, because we checked with Hyperblaze, they had 0. They had 0 scav boss or guards. So trying to close that up and get in that 25 is going to be a huge hurdle, like you said. And I mean, Team Snoozy is closing in very quick on some of our highest point, teams ever in the duo battles.
Absolutely. So already, with 35 minutes left to go, they are already among the top scoring teams for a duos tournament. They have surpassed.
Every time I see them from like behind, they look like slick.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, like not so much from the front.
So now,
red, but...
even with 35 minutes left to go, they're tied for 4th highest in Innovation Duos tournament. That is insane.
Yep.
I mean, shit, I ain't complaining about our item.
And we are being told now that it just updated and they now own the 4th highest spot. So this is updating very quickly. This team is moving up very, very fast.
Yeah, Yeah,
30
honestly,
minutes
we
left.
don't
Not a
like
lot
to
of
talk
time,
about,
but a lot could still happen.
the
We can
right-
still see a
that's a
lot
player.
move on the scoreboard.
Ooh,
Because realistically,
engaging a
Hyperblaze
PMC
is
here.
not
Oh,
far
boy.
behind. Oh, it's a Timmy.
I don't think I'm aiming right.
I suck.
Long range PMC
What do you guys?
engagement.
Fuck it.
What are they
I'm not a
zeroed
snitch,
at?
you know what I mean?
Oh, you're telling
Do
me.
you zero
I
your
fucking
guns
hate
when you
that.
go into Raid Spectre?
I'm
I've
not a
always been a
Nah,
huge
nah,
proponent
you
since I started
fucking-
playing.
Dude, 995,
I've
that's a
always
no
zeroed
drop.
my
That's
weapons.
a no drop.
995 dropped like at like 200,
So-
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so
My heritage is coming out here. I'm a Kentucky windage guy. I'm from Kentucky.
That was my
I like to
name.
wing it.
I got
I'm not a
killed by
zero the sight guy. I'm
No,
a
pretty sure I saw
I'm a
one.
holdover guy.
Okay.
nice, okay.
Yeah, it's been something that I have done
rig is
since I started playing way back in the day.
I feel like Scabs, like,
That
take forever to
as soon as I
spawn
load into a raid,
to go to
it
West
was
Side right
originally it was put my armor on
definitely
because of the
not.
armor bug
Definitely
loading in with
not.
your armor
Especially
back
'cause
2.5
we
years
were the
ago.
only ones we
I don't
could
know
get
if you like
until, like,
how many people in chat
not
remember
open,
that.
to get it and
We
die.
never took our armor in on us. We had it in our backpack and we always reloaded our gun as soon as we went in because our mags would bug. And then it was zero my sight.
I still, to this day, play with players who will not wear armor
So
into a
that's
raid. They'll carry it in their backpack every time
we get a
because of that
Rochelle
bug.
wipe and extra. We should go customs, no?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing worse. You become scarred after a while of dying and your armor not getting hit at all. We're going to go ahead and switch over to Hyperblaze. We're getting into a PMC fight over here for these guys. Let's take a look, see what's happening.
Yeah, I'm outside now. I'm gonna put my leg and arm back on right quick.
Where are they?
You guys are inside. I killed 2 outside.
Spectre, this is what I expected a lot more from this team right here. I expected these two very strong solo players to be away from each other the entire time. And we're starting to see this now. Do you think this is going to help them, or do you think this is going to be detrimental?
I'm not sure that right now.
They seem to be doing a very good job. I mean, again, these guys went how many raids without dying? 7 or 8 raids with no deaths.
Towards me.
Mm-hmm.
See a dead body towards me.
Yeah,
9 raids with no deaths. I mean, like you said, their skill as individual players is shining here, and it looks like now they're starting to get back together.
Yep. Now, guys, we have another poll in chat. Do you zero your scopes? Like, you know, is yes, no, what's zeroing? It seems like we have a lot of no's. A lot of you guys don't zero your scopes. I'm very curious.
So
I mean,
now-
I'm a yes. I'm voting yes.
Bunny, have you heard that zeroing your scope will throw off your point of impact, point of aim? So I've heard that any zeroing, there's a bug that any change of your optic from the baseline will cause your point of impact to be off. So that may be influencing. Good kill here.
Good, beautiful pickup by Hyper Rat there.
Going to check on it.
Let's see what happens real quick, and I'll get right back to your question.
I'm on 3rd.
Oh,
taking the time to
Blaze
loot the
goes
tag out in the
down.
open.
3rd right side.
Can Hyperak get revenge and pick up those extra points? Oh, very nice shots. Clean.
There's glass other side of the room too. Okay, you don't have to
Oh.
my shit.
Spectre,
I
did you
couldn't
see
help
that
but notice.
tactic? Footsteps. We got somebody else.
Thanks.
Playing it slow, letting them come to him.
Like the ETG pod. That's very smart. Oh, going ahead.
Great play.
Oh, and another one.
2.
Huge.
I have 2.
Stacking bodies in dorms.
There's another one. 4 steps.
That should be 7.
Oh,
Wow.
and another one.
How many do you got?
That might be
I
7.
think I have you on 6.
I just
But
killed
my-
another one.
My count could be off. He confirmed he has all his tags. He had 2 kills. So if you want to check your tags.
All right, so the battle mod
You have
looking
5
to
tags
get
that are all
confirmation.
yours. You're good.
Am I missing a tag?
So he has not cleaned out his tag skins. Oh,
Interesting decision to not clear out his tag case here. It's going to make it a lot harder to confirm these points.
Oh yeah.
So, Bunny,
I like
what
four
do you
more.
think? Would
Fucking
you
shit, I forgot I put 'em
spend
in.
the time to try and figure out exactly how many kills you have? See if you need that additional one, or just go ahead and extract?
I do now.
at the 28 minutes left. I mean, 25 points
Cars here, I'm gonna take
would actually push them into the lead. Oh, he's got another one. He's got another one. Come on, pick it up.
Oh, is he gonna pull it out?
Do it. Kill him.
That's it.
Oh, he gets it.
That's
That's
gotta
your
be
7th.
for
Regardless,
sure
you're
7
good to
kills.
go.
Pretty
Hey,
sure.
get out.
Beautiful cleanup.
What?
Beautiful
Oh,
play.
chat, get some hype out right now. Whoa.
What a play! Wow.
He was trying to pay for the card. He could not pay for it because there was somebody else that. Oh, what?
Wow, that just highlights again what exceptional players these are. He gets camped at the vehicle extract. He gets thrown off kilter, not knowing what's going on. Still turns, gets the kill, secures those 25 points. What a play.
Wow. Let's go. That was. Whew. He's trying to get up on this rock to hurt himself, maybe, or he's checking for something. I think he doesn't have a grenade to F1 out. There you go. Smart call. Oh, there we go.
Rough way to go.
Beautiful.
Well, this is a first, I have to
with
say.
the sea wire
That is
extract. I think that's a first
That
for
is-
me.
That is going to throw them out in
Alright,
front, like
let
we
me
were
check the
saying.
kill screen real quick.
Hyperblaze is now our point leaders. We have our check marks. They have completed the guide.
6
They
with
have
tags.
their
Hell
7
yeah,
p.m.
8
season
TMCs
1
with
raid.
tags.
He
Way
got
to go,
8.
guys.
They got a total of 8 in that
Wait,
raid.
do that save time.
Woo!
We gotta go.
Oh, man. You want to get the blood going? That was a
Still gotta
great,
wait a minute 'cause
great
I don't know
raid.
that I'm gonna have enough points.
What a swing here. Huge point swing to propel them into the lead.
Yeah, but I didn't search either one of them.
Doesn't matter.
Is that you shooting?
Yeah, there's a player that just was crossing into Black Knight. I didn't want to go down into it.
So now what has happened is Hyperblaze is now our 4th highest scoring team. Snoozy has dropped to
15
our
minutes
5th
on
highest
reserve.
scoring team, but they
Timer
are
goes to
1 point
43, so I gotta
away
wait just a minute.
from being our
didn't lose
3rd
my
highest
mark.
scoring team. This is there's a lot of scores
Well, I was
happening
shooting
right
at a
now.
player at Black
We'll get
Knight.
clarification on
He
where
killed a
everybody
guy.
falls here. This event,
Right in front, in the the
Group
opening
D
of Black
has put
Knight.
on a show for everybody. And you guys need, right now, go to each one of their chats. If you are in here and you haven't followed these competitors,
Right
you
now.
need to go to their chats right now and follow every single one of these competitors. This group is putting on a clinic. Go show them some love right now.
You ready?
Yep, let's do it.
I'm gonna jump in.
It looks like they're going to get out
Man.
here.
Looks like they
Get some
are
quick points,
extracting.
Get out.
Now, I do want to go back to what you were saying earlier, Spectre, what you were touching on about the zeroing. So, I do know that certain weapons
Next
have
map
a
is what,
weird
Panda?
functionality with zeroing,
What was over there? A
but
scout
to
or-
my knowledge, it's only really the STM-9 and like one other weapon I can't remember. They have a weird zeroing. So I don't really ever experience that, and it also has to affect FOV, which was supposed to be fixed. Oh, Kigo goes down! They were in a fight!
It looked like he got 1 kill here. Turned for the second guy
That's
and
fine. If you
went
can catch
down.
them, Get these 2 kills. That's 7.
Did they get you from up top?
No, they were down below.
Kigo,
the
they
bunker.
Banana Stonks is going for the 7 to try to propel them a little bit closer to that 3rd place spot.
We can see 6 on the board already with Kigu.
I'm pretty sure there was 2. If he can clutch this up, this would be really good.
Oh,
Ooh,
going ahead and
good
picking up.
kill.
Is that a scav? Was that a scav or was that a PMC? I think that was a
It
scav.
looked like a PMC.
Yeah, no, the 2 guys
it
that killed me were geared. I'm pretty
what?
sure there were two players. I could've
Spicy
seen,
scav.
but
I have yours.
It kind of goes back to what you were talking about with the
There
new
we go.
version
There we
of the
go.
scav.
Come on, get that kill. Good job. Good job. He got that. That should be
Nice.
7. That's going to really push them in. I have to give it to this team. They have turned around from what we saw at the very beginning. They are really fighting back, and I love to see it. From what I understand is Kigo had 6, and if that was a PMC, that would have been 7. We will get confirmation. Oh, I thought he showed 6. 6 kills, 5 PMCs. Okay. 5. Okay, we got 5. All right. Thank you, chat.
I would just try to run up quick and see if you can find him if there is somebody. 'Cause we gotta go fast.
Yeah.
23 minutes. Just over 23 minutes left here.
It could have only been 1. Maybe I'm tripping. I mean, have you heard anything or seen anything? Or
No, I can't find him.
Then it might not be.
I mentioned it earlier. I think in this situation, I would be a lot more aggressive, putting myself out there, trying to bait that action to me to try and get that last kill. What do you think, Bunny? Would you play more methodical, a little more conservative, or would you try and push it to get out quicker?
I like your idea of trying to draw people to you. Depending on how much time we've put into this raid, you know, trying to get that extra kill. If that was a PMC and they still need 1 more, getting that extra 25 points this late is a big booster. So I think you're right. I think getting that extra point is super. Those extra points is super important right now. Draw them and then just F1 and do it again. Try to get as many raids as you can in this last 23 minutes, and just push yourself as hard as you can.
21 minutes?
21 and a half.
Okay. Yeah, I would try to run Stronghold, see if you can get 1 more player, honestly. I think it's worth it. Try to run Stronghold, see if you can get a player over Shallow. If not...
All right, we're going to go ahead and switch over to the 4-way view over here, looking at Team Hyperblaze and Snoozy. Both of these guys are in a raid. These are your first and second points. We're listening into Hyper. Let's see what happens. They are so close in points. 9-point separation between them. And if you view, all the scores are at the bottom. Those will continue to be updated.
Snoozy getting PMC kills in 2 separate locations right now. They're split up, and they're both racking up PMC kills right now. That could be big for them.
For me personally, I still don't like this reserve map in Hyperblaze's rotation. I feel that there's so much that can happen on this map, and it's a hit or miss map where you're either going to get action or you're going to get none at all. Whereas I feel like you could go to a different map and pick up a lot more. Like if you go to reserve or you go to resort, you know you're going to run into people in resort.
Confirm the first one before.
Yeah, I got it.
Are you good?
Oh my god, I brought my fucking lefty door sets.
If I had a dime
Big
for every
leans,
time I brought the wrong keys.
Big Leans right now, our top point holder of all time during the duo battles is 470, and that is held by Sheaf GG and Adam PUBG.
Yeah.
Stonks. So Stonks, we're getting word. Stonks did get 7 PMC kills and 6 tags.
Excellent work on their part. Pushing them up, breaking the 300 mark, pulling them much closer to the pack now.
Yeah, I'll go from D2 from, actually I'll hit server and try to get that.
I'm like top of the
Yeah, and if we are
have a
referring,
lead change.
We do have a lead change. That is huge. This is closing on so quick. If you are looking for just this season, yes, thank you, Brian. I was about to say that 427 for this season. Thank you so much, Brian. Yep, and now we have a new season leader with 429. So this will keep going up over and over. We'll see these guys fighting it back and forth. Hyperblaze now at 431, Snoozy at 428. The lead change is going to keep happening a lot here. This is where it gets interesting.
I'm going down to D2.
Under the 20-minute mark.
Snoozy,
now,
go ahead and
neck
picking up
neck.
somebody outside onto the balcony. What an amazing shot. Beautiful.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
Wait, one sec. I thought I heard. Wait, were you outside or no?
Yeah, I jumped onto the balcony.
Oh, okay.
I jumped onto the balcony and killed him.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Now, Hyperblade did just pick up the MCB board.
Okay, I got the
Ooh, that's 10 points. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah, yeah.
Hyperblaze
I
that's
got
at
the
441, Snoozy at 428.
Yes, he didn't take.
What a
Here's the other thing.
That could be huge.
I got a shroud map.
This is the other thing, guys, is they are also setting the record right now and setting the placement for the wild card. This is the first event this weekend, so of Group D, E, and F, that they are also setting who's going to be the wild card. So it is going to make it extremely difficult for the other competitors this weekend and the other teams to try to secure that wild card spot.
Yeah, I got 2 as well, and I got the.
Oh no! Blaze is down.
Let's go. And
Spectre, did you see what happened? I missed that.
Yeah, if we go quick in the
I missed it too. It's kind of hard to keep up with them in these dark hallways. I know they were engaged.
Does Gluar have higher chance to spawn?
I don't know, but like, what other map are we gonna do that would give us that opportunity, right?
So Snoozy is going to try to make it over here for the 10-point extract. If boat is up, if not, they have to make a further run. But that 10 points will propel them into first if they do get out. Question is now, does Hyper Rat go ahead and leave here, or does he try to pick up this kill, which looks like he's going to try to get the kill?
I'm low on ammo too. That was actually a sick fight I had with that Vector.
Oh!
Yeah?
Why? It's been like good PvP the whole time.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy, right?
I know, right?
Let's see what happened here with Hyper Rat.
Or maybe
It's actually been like it's been
He went too fast through it.
I don't believe it was a trade. It was just 2 scavs. So this does give Snoozy the ability to go ahead and jump back into that first spot.
Wait,
16 minutes left on the board. Spectre, what would be going through your head right now? What are you going to do here? What would you think?
The highest, low key.
At this point, I think it looks like they're going to hustle out of this raid and get back into another one. That's exactly what I'd be doing. You're probably only going to get one good raid out of these last 16 minutes. So
we have 15 minutes.
I would be pushing. I would be pushing for a big finale raid to sum it all up. They've got a good opportunity here. They're only 5 points behind. I would make it one big Hail Mary raid right at the end.
I'm on my screen.
Thank you.
Going ahead and showing all of them. Four PMCs apiece with the tags plus 1 scav. Great run from Snoozy. Plus the 10 points for the team extract. That does put them into the lead.
We good?
Completely.
All right, guys. While we are waiting for somebody to get back into raid, we are all of our competitors are starting to load back in. Banana Stonks is getting in. Guys, 15 minutes left. There is a great opportunity here. And once again, I want to shout out our battle mods, and I want to take this opportunity to say, if you think that you're better than these guys and you want to prove it and you're in the EU, make sure you are following the Evasion Twitter, because they are going to give you some information about how to sign up for the EU duo battles starting tomorrow. Also, check out the evasion.gg website, where you can find information about the battles, the sign-up forms, and also a link to some of the amazing and splendid Evasion merch that you see most of the competitors rocking for the team, for the comp team. That's what I was going with. So we are getting Banana Stonks. They are loading into raid. Let's go ahead and take a look at them.
It's like my second time on reserve in my life.
Second time on reserve, he says.
On those racks,
Oh, I got a Tetris. I'm rich. I'm leaving. I gotta go.
This guy's fucking toxic. Come on, we're going drop down. Get over here. Wait, actually.
I love the energy with these guys. I love it.
There is something there. No. It's in there. It's inside of it. You've got to. No. You're looking past it too fast. It's in there.
Okay, come on.
It's more than likely an MCB that you're passing
We
by.
have to go fast, and then we go for that PvP. Go straight up to third.
Straight up to third.
Mm-hmm.
Banana Stonks have the highest of 16 totals items looted with their last raid.
What?
16 total items. Spectre, I can't find that many items ever.
No kidding.
Let alone.
I'm gonna have to hire these guys to help me find all the collector items.
So pop an ETG. Go into drop down quick and check it.
You want me to go drop down?
Yeah, you go drop down. You go drop down. I'm looting the rest. If we can get an MCB here, this would be huge. I got fucking crackers, bro. Crackers!
Seems like a very slow raid for them. No action yet.
It does.
They're searching frantically for those items.
Okay, go.
You said it, Bunny. You either find all the players or none of them.
Yep, and this is my biggest issue with this map, especially for if you're looking for PvP, is it's either it's so hit or miss. You see it on streams all the time where they can just either run around and frolic and they never see a single person except for some scavs and some raiders, or as soon as they load in, 50 people are shooting at them.
It's gonna be like the true fairy tale comeback story, you know?
Yeah.
There's somebody down here.
I like the confidence of Banana Stonks right here. I enjoy this confidence. 12 minutes. They've got a huge hurdle to climb, but I like the positivity that they've got going.
You running?
Absolutely. These guys just have great energy.
There's a guy in the basement with me.
Even in the heat, coming down to the final minutes of this competition, they've got energy. They're really just entertaining guys to watch.
He's to the right.
They are. They truly are, and you know, regardless, they are getting into it here.
Are you down here?
No, I'm on the stairs. I'm on the stairs.
Nading and pushing.
I think he's in the long call. Nope. Yep, he is.
He's back in there. I'm gonna push him from the other side. I think I can at least.
Let's see what happens real quick. We'll keep it on this, but we're also going to go into a quad scene and see what else is going on. Oh, guy found him. Good kill. Beautiful.
He's dead.
Good play. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to our point leaders. We got Snoozy and Hyperblaze both loading in. Labs for Hyperblaze and reserve for Snoozy. Guys, we're coming into our last few raids.
10 minutes left to go and going to labs. Brazen move by Hyperblaze.
I mean, like I said, I felt like they would have been on this map a lot more. Now, the problem is, and realistically, the issue is right now, the cost to get into labs is astronomical. So if you don't have labs cards saved up, going into this map is not worth it. And realistically, at the cost of the labs cards, it's not worth it to run. Because you're talking about almost 700,000 rubles for a labs card if you can't get one from Therapist. So I had expected to see them run this more, but I understand why they didn't. So it does sound like they did find somebody at Red Office. They're going to go ahead and push that and see what happens here.
Nobody in here?
Nobody.
I heard somebody over here.
Is in here.
Oh, they're in red. Okay, they
Locked
locked
up.
There's like
themselves
three
in
there.
red.
Grenades. Hit it.
Oh,
Ooh.
a little team damage, a little team damage.
They're all
He's
dead, all
okay
dead, all
though.
dead.
Blaze lived through that. Wow, that's 3. Hyper Blaze.
Is
Oh
bucket
my.
item
Wow.
grenade?
This is why Hyper Rat puts on a show. He
No,
is a competitor. We have seen it time and time again.
I killed these
They're out
two.
back.
And we got
You loot all the tags?
Snoozy is
Yeah,
also
okay.
working on killing some PMCs at the moment.
You loot all
This is
the-
gonna come down so close. Hyper Blaze and Snoozy. Oh
Yeah,
no!
Ooh.
Hyper Rat goes down.
Yeah, go for kills. Just run for kills.
Oh,
I'm
that puts
gonna
them.
push
They did get
underneath.
a big jump in their score there, but that puts them in a very bad place. They're down to 1 guy here and don't have enough time probably to get into another raid. This is going to be their
There's a
finale.
technical
This is
crate
going
up
to be their
front, both
final
one, two,
opportunity
so I
to
just send it
secure
to the
this
crate.
lead.
Snoozy getting 2 PMC2 tags. Snoozy
Oh, and they're
does have
down.
the
Hyper Blaze.
Oh, both of them go
Max
down.
attention, so
They
handy.
may still be able to get into another raid. The timer that we see is not
Wait, where
like
you at?
it's very much controlled by the battle mods. They are
Where you
keeping
at?
track of this, so they are on top of all of this. They may be able to get into another raid. We shall see. But Snoozy, as of this moment, both are still up. Both are still competitive. They can try to get some kills, and if they get that 10-point extract, that is going to push them in the lead by 1 point. Now, Hyperblaze, if they can get in, does give them the opportunity
white
to
pawn,
keep
right?
fighting, and that's what it's going to come down to. It
That
does look
or-
like
or
Snoozy
no.
has the MCB in their
I
backpack.
didn't think I heard it.
Spectre,
I think it was white pawn. I'm pushing it
what
right
do
now.
you
Yeah,
like?
I believe
What
you.
are you thinking
You
right
wanna go
now?
Under, loot the toolboxes and like the technical crates under.
You do that. You do
You
that.
said it's in
I'll
the
go up,
backpack
clear
and
the
not the
bucket.
gamma?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Got your if you find
I mean, I don't know. Do they already have one? I haven't. I've been losing track of all the items between the teams. If they do need to secure that item, that's a very big mistake to have it in the backpack. Okay, so we're confirmed that they do already have an MCB,
Oh!
so it's just extra loot at this point. Good kill. Now let me ask you, Bunny. One final
I'm going
raid
underneath to look for
with
the,
less than 10
tool-
minutes left. What would be your map choice?
Customs. Oh, please don't die. Please don't die.
You're not
Oh,
underneath, are you?
please, Nami, please. You're scaring me so bad. Don't peek that again.
We're not gonna talk about that. I'm by bunker.
Yes, we are not talking about that. We're not watching. Nobody saw that at all.
Wait, you're not.
Yeah,
you're not, like,
customs.
under
I would
that
go
power
customs.
switch, no?
You have the best possibility for everything on that map. Like you said, it's a great all-around map. Look at the scores.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What the?
I wasn't sure what I saw, but
There's a guy at the power switch.
Oh, beautiful
Wow,
shot.
nice shot.
And that right there
That
ties
does it.
Snoozy. Oh! Pick it up, Snoozy. That puts Snoozy as our
New
highest
all
points.
time.
scavs are eating 995 chat. I swear. There's not many bot like I don't know. man.
Another
I'm
one.
probably botting out honestly.
Spectre,
How
take
that
over.
boy
I
only
gotta
fucking
calm
unlocked
down
my
for a
rank
second.
to
This is
KS.
getting crazy.
It's intense. It's so
I'm missing
intense.
one leg and
All
that's it.
time
The rest of my body's
duo
perfectly fine.
tournament high score right now with Snoozy, still with 6 minutes left to go to increase that all-time lead. Not only have they dominated this season so far, they are the all-time record. Impressive gameplay tonight by Team Snoozy.
I just got trolled by a propane. There were 2 4 slaughters in there.
Feels so bad, man.
Oh.
Do we still
Guys,
do
and
that?
once
That's
again, if you have not yet, go follow these competitors, every single one of them. If you want to see high play Tarkov action, this is where you want to go. Follows are free. Getting another scav kill for Nami over here. This is the go follow. Follows are free. Show them all so much support. They are great competitors, and this has been a great show to watch.
I'm running to.
Absolutely amazing
I don't know, I
amazing
was all
competition
sorts of
tonight. We're
confused.
under 5 minutes now. We're in the final 5 minutes.
D2. Check the toolboxes there. There's 3 of them.
Snoozy still looking for items.
5 minutes. It's a Lord Kaiser, appreciate that. I'm doing good, Smoosh.
Okay, guys, we are going back over here to the quad view. Hyperblaze is still waiting for a raid. They are trying to get in as fast as possible.
I feel for these guys. They had a bad way last time,
5 minutes.
and
You think I can make that?
you know, we all know how loading into
definitely.
Tarkov servers can
Or, I
be.
mean, like,
It's
an
extremely
ally,
frustrating
like,
as is,
doing other stuff.
let alone when you have 5 minutes left in a
Fucking
tournament.
down here.
They
We
need to
get,
get in.
like,
They need
the
to make
points
more
are guaranteed,
points
you know what I'm
to
saying?
challenge Snoozy
Wait, how much time do
for
we
that
have?
all-time high position.
Alright, I
4
could meet
minutes
you
and
there.
20 seconds.
Oh, okay, I'm fucking running. Fuck yeah, I don't got. Thank
Yeah,
you.
book it here. Book
Just
it
in
here
case,
now.
just in
Or wait, did I
case.
turn on the power? I'm not sure if I turned on the power.
Oh.
If anything, I can turn on power.
So
Yeah,
one
if
of the
that's
biggest
what you're doing.
things is like,
That has
and we can't emphasize this enough, that the wild card for D, E, and F right now is almost the
Power's on. We're good.
highest score
Turn on power or did...
by any team.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's on. I'm at the.
So the
extract
other
button for you.
competitors are really, if they want to secure the win and they want to try to be the wild card, if they can't, they really have to put on a show, and they really have to bring their, like, not just A game, they've got to go S+. Does look like Hyperblaze, and the Hyperblaze has managed to make it into reserve for their choice of last map.
I'm on my way. I'm running. I'm in king.
I know you've already said it, Bunny. I know you're disapproving of this map choice for their final raid. And a challenging, looks like either early morning or dusk raid.
3 minutes, I'll be chilling. Yeah,
Interesting decision by Hyperblaze here. With under 3 minutes left to try and
what are the
reclaim
odds
some territory,
that I can
they
leave
need
this duffel
11
behind this
points
pipe?
now to secure that all-time high spot. They've got their work cut out for them.
I've
Odds
tried,
of it
like-
having it go prone, and then crawl up there.
Oh, I got it.
Oh no. Yeah. This is all there, right?
Yeah, I cleared it.
2 minutes, 45 seconds.
Yeah.
It empties, Edge. Let's just dip. How many?
They're
kills you get?
dipping out, so Snoozy is going to go ahead and dip out, get that 10 points
I got
for
3.
the team
We're good.
extract.
That's pretty good kills.
With
5?
2 minutes left, it does not look like they're going to be able to get another raid in, but Blaze is engaging with some
Hyperblaze.
PM.
Boss fight. Is this a boss fight?
Nope, that looks like 2
No,
PMC
PMCs.
kills.
Toolbox would have been nice, but fuck it.
3 PMC kills.
All right, so chat, just so some clarification on how this is going to work. With Hyperblaze still being in raid, they have up until the timer stops count. After that, no points count, and only task items in the secure container and not
Another
in backpacks
kill.
or pockets.
That's a no
So
tool set, though.
they really have to. Oh, another
Oh,
kill!
they're
And-
stacking 'em
oh,
up.
What is
Oh,
going on?
Hyperblaze
Hey,
coming back
Eckers, what is
strong.
happening? Hyperblaze is not giving
could
this up
change
for
it. This could
free.
change it.
Where's no backpack?
Hyperblaze is not
So
letting
many
them
kills.
win.
Unsuppress.
Oh my goodness.
Come to you.
That was a
This
huge
last
amount
raid
of
with
points.
only
That gives
minutes
them
to go.
498.
How long?
1 minute.
Holy crap. What
They
a
have
swing.
1 minute to get to extract.
Nice pick tag.
And Hyper going ahead and picking
Oh,
up
drop
another.
back and get out.
What? Blaze,
Get
Blaze,
out right
Blaze,
here, right here.
drop your backpacks. Drop your backpacks and go through the extract. Drop your
Oh
backpacks
my
and go.
goodness.
Oh, Charlotte, did that put us in
The
charge?
last
They don't have
minute.
backpacks. It doesn't matter.
Holy shit. Just cap it off with a 7-kill raid, why don't you?
Let's go.
Wow.
They just got
Breaking 500 points. What
Let's
a
go,
raid.
dude.
The
That's good,
final
that's good.
raid.
We're down to about 35 seconds. I don't think we have time to run another one, but that was
Oh.
GG's there.
I cannot believe
Oh my
they
That was a
gosh.
40-point raid.
house like that with minutes, less than 5 minutes, and racking up PMC kills. If they hadn't already completed the quest, they would have done it just then.
Where are you?
Bandage going ahead, and
Where are
we're
you?
checking in on Bandage Gamers. Going ahead and picking up a few more kills. They got seconds left to go ahead and get some more points on. That's right. Go ahead and keep going. Grab the tags, put them in your game as fast as you can.
Killed one.
Let's look at Banana Stonks getting called on time. That's it for them. Whew. Time.
Another one dead.
And unfortunately, those are not going to count
Wow.
as the time is called.
I'm looting these two now.
Whoa.
Bunny.
Spectre, I'm blown, man. That was
Holy shit. That last raid. that last raid, 5 minutes left. We didn't know if they were going to make it into raid. Their choice on reserve, we talked about it. It's either everything or it's nothing. That time, it worked out for them. It propelled them into a solid lead. That mind-blowing how well that worked out for them.
It really is. Like, they're going into this last raid with minutes left, and they just go straight for the night buildings. They go straight to K, they get a few kills, and then they go straight to the night buildings. And there are just PMCs stacked on top of PMCs. And you have these competitors come out, like, yeah, 7 PMCs, just all
7 PMC kills within 5 minutes.
What were they doing? Yeah. And I mean, you have one of the best turnouts at the end for them to just rack up and then to be right next to no backpack extract to pick up another 10 points for both of them getting out together. Great showing. I mean, these guys did not stop till the end. We were very worried about them in the beginning, especially taking all of this time. Like that first labs raid, watching these two competitors play so outside of the norm for them. And like I said, through that entire them getting the guy done, I was like, these guys are chained. These guys are shackled. They're not competing the way that, like, I've watched these guys compete. This isn't them. And then once they got the guy done and those shackles came off, we saw those competitors. We saw who they are. We saw what they've done in the past league tournaments. We've seen like what we expect from them, and they just took off. And like, that was great. So guys, what we are going to do now is the battle mods are going to go through. They're going to double check everything. They're going to verify all of the scores. They're going to make sure it is all accurate and correct, so that way we can give you the correct information. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a commercial break while the battle mods get together and relay this information to the head battle mods, and we will be back in just a moment. See you all then. What is going on, everyone?
What a night.
All right, guys, we are finishing up here. Just a few more minutes, and while we are waiting for them to finish up everything, I do want to touch base again on the EU duo battle sign-up. So a lot of you here today are RNA folks. If you have any friends over in EU that might be asleep right now that you think should be part of the duo battles, make sure to tell them to check out the Twitter for Evasion, where all of that information will be updated. Also, make sure you go over to evasion.gg, where the sign-up forms will be, and you can find great information about all of the battles, the rules. You can also find some great information about the competitive team and all of the Evasion merch. So, as we finish up here, we get everything ready. I'm excited. It's close. The points with how much they swung right there at the end. I just can't believe it. How close it is, Spectre.
I'm exhausted, man. There's so much action and so much to take in there at the end. This was an intense night. Like you said, Team Hyperblaze in the beginning took a really slow, methodical approach, trying to complete all those guide quests. It looks like it paid off for him big time. We talked about how they seemed to be shackled in the beginning. They seemed to be uncomfortable, but that dedication to finishing that guide quest and getting that out of the way, it, like you said, it unchained them. It made them explode and really let their abilities shine, and it pushed them all the way to the top in a big way.
It really did. It really did. Oh, man. Well, we are getting very close to announcing the winners. We are ready. So let's go ahead and take a look. Coming in last place is going to be Banana Stonks. That would be Kigo and Subi-Doo. It's like Subaru. That's how I was told to remember that. Banana Stonks slams some huge raids with 63 points in Raid 7 on customs, and Banana Stonks completed 7+ PMC kills in Raid 11. Only the second time this season all 4 teams have completed 300+ points, and it was a difficult field. This was an extremely difficult field. They showed up, they competed, they never gave up. Even when they fell behind a little bit, they were competitors, and we got to give it to them. They put on a show. Next up in 4th place was going to be third place was the Bandage Gamers, Trip X and Party Panda, both great guys. They put up 400 points. Bandage Gamers are the first team to kill into the double digits with 10 PMC kills in their second raid, getting 59 points in raid number 2. New season high of 17 items looted and 35 PMC kills. I mean, just great numbers. They were on track early. They were putting in the work. They were on track early to be one of the highest scores producers of any duo teams. So go ahead and take it away for me. Let everybody know the rest of it, Spectre.
So coming into second place, we have Snoozy with Tsunami and Snazzy with 488 points, blowing this competition out of the water up to this point. New season record with a 37.54 points per raid average. Almost 38 points per raid. Banana Stonks and Snoozy tie with the highest scores in a single raid with 63. Bandage Gamers break the seal and are the first team to find a streamer item, the Sprats. Now coming into first place, Hyperblaze with Hyperrat TV and Blazed, 513 points. We were curious. I was curious in the beginning. Were we going to see that 500 point threshold broken? Hyperblaze take the all-time high score with 513, the first team ever to break 500 points. The first time in Evasion history to break 500 points. Hyperblaze set a new season high 16 raids total, 16 raids in 3 hours, and 45 PMC kills for the whole day. Amazing performance here by Hyperblaze, over 500 points.
Yeah, huge showing. I mean, to break 500 points was something that I honestly didn't think was going to realistically be possible anytime soon. And speaking of our winners, we're going to go ahead and hop in to chat with them and ask them some questions, because I'm going to pick their brains a little bit. So let's go ahead and hop in with those guys. What is going on, Blaze and Hyper Rat? How are you gentlemen today?
Doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good, especially after putting up, 513 points, I bet.
Yeah.
So I have to say, guys, I was extremely worried about you two in the beginning.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the sort of like mindset that I had is like I took from the Punisher tournament and stuff, and I realized that like most anxiety comes from the beginning. So I took a look at the quest and I was like, okay, the guide, all we have to do is to survive raids, free 25 points, 10 raids extraction. That's like almost 15, 20 points a raid. That's not bad. So I was like, let's just get our anxiety out at the beginning, play it safe, do the guide, and then when we feel more comfortable, start PvPing, build up. And we felt a lot more confident right when we finished the guide.
Mm-hmm. And that was something that we saw, because, and it's like I said, when you guys finished the guide, it was almost like the chains had fallen off the shackles that you were wearing, and you both started playing the kind of Tarkov we expect from you guys. Now, Blazed, for you, when we were watching that first raid and you guys were down in labs, you seem to be going stir crazy. You look like you were having the hardest time sitting in one spot for that long.
Yeah, man. I know Hyper. He's more so of a brains player. He's really good. Don't get me wrong. He's really good, but he uses his head a little bit, and I use the W key a lot. So I'm always so sitting there was something.
I noticed he kept looking at me, kept staring at me. I was like, what are you doing?
He kept walking on top of you while you were laying there, and I was super nervous that somebody was going to come from his side and take you guys out, but we could tell. Spectre, you got any questions for him?
So I love how methodical you were in the beginning, and like we said, it surprised us. We were worried about the slow start. How did you feel? What kind of relief did you have after completing the guide? What was your mindset at that point?
The mindset after that was more of we don't have to worry. We have backup, so we didn't want to go for the anxiety first approach where we just start WKing and get as much kills as possible. We kind of got our senses together. We started working together better. We got our comms down, and then we were able to fully take advantage of that after the guide. And I feel like once we took advantage of it, we realized, we can just... We felt like Customs and Reserve were the two best. It was the two close quarters maps, the maps with the closest spawns. It was always consistent gunfights, and also the most safes and the most streamer items. So I felt like no matter what, we're always running into somebody, and we could always extract as fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
seems like it paid off.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely paid off for you guys, and that was from our point of view. The Customs map, we've kind of said is one of the most balanced maps in Tarkov.
It is.
So the Reserve map though was a choice. When every time I saw you guys go to Reserve, I felt that was a little bit out of character for you guys, because I felt like you guys are a lot more shoreline interchange players and labs players. So the fact that I didn't see you guys there, it kind of threw me off, and I feel like Reserve is hit or miss on PvP. What did you guys think about that?
So I know the only problem I had with Reserve is the queue times. I know a lot of people don't play on SSDs, so the queue time could be potentially going to 6 minutes. We kind of gambled on that. But the only problem I had with Interchange, and I didn't really want to recommend it to Blaze. I didn't know if he wanted to play it. I just told him I would be more comfortable with these two. But the problem with Interchange and Shoreline is just a lot of running. It's a lot of running to the hotspot, which is the mall for Interchange and Resort for Shoreline. So you're taking up a good portion of 2 to 3 minutes, is running for the PvP rather than with reserve and customs where you get in PvP in like the first 1 or 2 minutes.
Gotcha. Very nice. Did you guys practice like together a lot? Like, because I've tuned into both of your streams and I don't really see, I never really saw you guys playing together. So was this like, oh, we're just players, we're gonna play together, we'll figure it out as we go, or did you guys actually go into this and talk and have a game plan?
Our first time.
It was our first. So I told him like, yo, we're gonna schedule this. It's gonna be good. And then I passed out. I completely forgot. And then I hit him up like 2 hours before tournament, and I was like, yo, let's get some games in.
We played one game before.
We played one game.
Oh wow. That.
So.
Okay, guys.
I feel really bad. But...
When you're the caliber of player that these guys are,
yeah,
you can make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out for you guys. I will say this, you guys had a great dynamic because it did seem like Hyperrat. It seemed like you kind of took the lead, and Blazed, you were very much like, what do you want to do? I'll do it. You tell me. I'll shoot the people.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
It definitely went back and forth, I think.
Okay.
Because like if Blaze like started popping out like, so it was basically like whatever the situation came down to. So like for example, during the one customs game where like the 5-man approached, like he took the lead and I was asking him the questions, and then like it was basically whoever like got into PvP first, or whoever like encountered, or whoever has the most information. So whoever had the most information took the lead, and then we just went off that.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Spectre, if you got anything else for the guys?
No, congratulations, guys. Phenomenal job tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Hyper Rat, if you will, go ahead and anything you want to shout out real quick before we have you hop out?
Shout out to you guys for hosting the tournament. I really appreciate you guys taking your time setting up tournaments like these with like BSG and everyone. It means a lot. And thanks to my chat and everyone who supports me. It means a lot. And yeah, I appreciate Blaze dueling with me, and I'm sorry about not, getting things set up beforehand. And I promise to do that next time. Oh, also, my mod. Our mod of today.
Your battle mod?
Yeah, our battle mod. I want to apologize to him as well. We did have a meeting, and I kind of overslept it by an hour, and I really want to apologize for that. So I'm sorry for that. And
all right. And what about you, Blaze? Anything you want to shout out real quick before we have you guys hop out of here?
I mean, shout out to you guys for hosting this. This is my first ever evasion. I think it was ran really good. I enjoyed myself. In my chat, again, just like Hyper said, those guys, they support me more than I could ever ask. And thanks to Hyper too. Like I said, I reached out to him to play today, and he luckily said yeah. So I mean, I greatly appreciate it. I didn't think he would play with me, man. He's a very good player. I feel like he's better than me. So I'm just glad that we had a chance, and we got to do what we do.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much. If you guys will go ahead and hop out of here, it has been a pleasure watching you. And we'll see you guys in the next event because you guys are coming up. You guys won. So we'll see you guys again. Great teamwork, guys. Seriously.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Great
Thank
job,
you
guys.
Thanks again. Peace.
Later. All right, Spectre. That's going to wrap it up for us. I want to take this moment real quick. I want to say thank you for joining me today. It has been a pleasure having you, buddy.
Absolutely. Huge honor and pleasure. Had so much fun. Thank you so much, Bunny, for having me on here. Thank you to the Evasion team, to Hotel Bravo and Sigma. This community is one of the greatest communities on Twitch, period, bar none. It is a huge privilege for me to be here. There's so much behind the scenes work that goes into this, and I get to come in and have my face on the screen, and it's a huge honor to work with this team. So thank you for having me on here.
Of course, buddy. Of course, it's been a pleasure. Guys, I want to take this moment once again to thank the amazing production team and the great battle mods that we have. They put in so much work. They give their free time to help with this show every weekend, week out. They do so much behind the scenes. So let's get some love in the chat for the battle mods that we had today. So everybody seriously show love to the battle mods. Also, don't forget, if you guys are available, we will be live again tomorrow night and Sunday for Group E and F. If today was any showing of what we can expect on the caliber of plays, tomorrow and Sunday are going to be nothing to scoff at. We've got some great competitors coming up, some that you know. I'm looking forward to Swabo tomorrow. We also got Trey 24K. You've seen them in the chat tonight. Make sure you say hi to all these guys. Then we also have Queen FPS and J Dream coming up on Sunday with Arson and Sunman. If you've ever seen Arson and Sunman as a duo, they are a force to be reckoned with.
Great team.
They really are, exactly. And guys, also, if you, once again, have any EU friends, or if you are from the EU and you want to be a part of the duo battles and you think that you can compete with NA, we want to see what you got. We will have more information about that tomorrow on the Evasion Twitter. You can find that at evasion_GG, and also check out evasion.gg's website. But once again, guys, Spectre, thank you so much for joining me. Where can they find you at?
Spectre21 on Twitch and pretty much every social media.
Perfect.
Again, it was an honor. Thank you.
It was an honor. And once again, guys, I am Unfluffy Bunny. You can find me at twitch.tv/UnfluffyBunny. I will see you all here tomorrow for another round of the Evasion Tournament. We're going to go say hi to Blaze and show some love over there to our champions. Have a great day, guys.
Have a great night, everybody.